3, 2, 1. Perfect.
The following program is rated TV MALV. It contains strong language and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
2 generations ago, my grandfather and grandmother, and their mothers and their fathers, were driven from the old world by the avaricious Skolda. As a last resort, our people fled across the sea, but to where we did not know. Then the priests felt the call of the Ironlands. They guided us through impenetrable mists, protected us through violent storms, and slipped us beneath the notice of the dread leviathans that keep all others from pursuing us. The Ironlands are harsh, the winters are brutal, and all manner of horrors and nightmares dwell in the shadows. When we arrived, we found the gods of these lands had staked our claims for us. Giant pillars of iron pierced the land to show us where to build our homes. We have fought tooth and nail to make this land our home. We have struck out at this world like a hammer on an anvil to forge our destiny, and we have in turn been tempered by the land. Our place here has been purchased with blood, and our vows are bound by iron. We are the Ironsworn, and no others may lay claim to this new world. Hello, and welcome, friends and enemies. You're listening to the Dice Age podcast. I'm your producer, host, and guide, Bishop. You can find me on Twitter and most other places at Reverend_Roscoe. Joining us today are Emily, Pax, Emmett, and Kay. Could you each introduce yourselves so we can know your beautiful voice?
Hello, I'm Emily. I go by any pronouns, and you can find me on Twitter, but I'm going to make you work for it.
I like that better than the strong hello. That's fun. It's coy.
Yeah.
Pax?
Yo, what is up, you degenerate slime balls? It is me, Pax. You can find me in social media at PaxLillin. That's Lillin. First name Pax. Check out the Brotaku's Anime Club podcast. Check out the OnlyFans coming on the way. I'm gonna open up an Etsy shop. I'm gonna make a store where I'm gonna sell freeze dried and epoxied zucchini babies to wear as earrings. I'm gonna make hats for you. I'm on the grind. I'm on the hustle. Check it out.
Emmett?
Sorry. Hey, y'all. My name is Emmett. My pronouns are he, him. You can catch me on Twitter or Instagram at EJWick33. And be on the lookout for my new stand-up comedy Instagram that's going to be dropping in 2 weeks. Look at that. I'll drop the handle soon. Ba-ba-ba.
That's so exciting.
And Kay?
Hey, I'm Kay. Pronouns she, they. You can find me at Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Great. Today, we are playing Ironsworn by Sean Tompkins. The core rules for Ironsworn are available for free at ironswornrpg.com or drivethrurpg.com. As a reminder to us all, not just me, Ironsworn sets forth a set of principles for players and GMs. In this game, players should swear iron vows and see them fulfilled or forsaken, portray heroic characters in a harsh land, begin and end every scene and action with the fiction, forge a story through conversation, and share the spotlight. As a GM, I should deliver answers or turn questions back to you, the players, facilitate, not impose, and, best of all, and probably the hardest for me, embrace chaos. So I think we have a good cast for that. I'm thinking of someone in particular. But yeah, so let's go. If this were a movie, right, I think we would get like establishing shots of rolling hillsides, lots of pine forest. I'm thinking like do you know the opening scene in The Shining where it's going over the lakes and the trees and that sort of stuff? Specifically because of that landscape and that style of opening shot. And
I was going to say, like, similar to the opening of Twilight.
That's a reference,
I can't speak to that. I don't know. I'm not familiar. So, sure, I guess. I think we get a couple like drone shots or whatever over forests and stuff, and then we cut to like close-up shots of the vegetation closer to the floor of the forest, There's like a light drizzle, and you can hear the sound of the wind in the trees. You can hear the dripping of rain on like the vegetation. Other than that, it's pretty quiet, and then you hear like footsteps through the muck, and then you start to hear like the tinging noise of like rain on metal, and that's when you see 4 people walk through frame. One of them has like a little dragon creature perched on their shoulder, like huddled like under like a fold of leather or something. Let's see. One of them, I meant 5 characters, not 4. One of them is holding a smaller person's hand as they walk through the forest. One of them is sort of hanging near the back with like a hood up, sort of standoffish from the rest of the group. And the other one is like playing with like a horseshoe or something, like as like fiddling with like a horseshoe, like strapped to their hip. And these figures come through the forest to a clearing, and you can see like on the other side of a valley a tall mountain that kind of peaks up over the top of the rest of these rolling hills, and on the side you can see what looks like a circle. I'm using the proper noun circle, are the term for like villages and stuff in our setting. And you can see the smoke coming off of there, and you can see a glint in the middle of that circle of what you know to be one of those iron markers that are all over the landscape where your people have set up your circles around. And then we get a slow pan up to the sky, and you see the title Dice Age, Ironsworn, and it fades to black. And then we hard cut to the same shot of the 4 player characters and their the pets and little sibling. It's the same shot from behind, but now it's like you have crossed the valley and you're standing at like the entrance to this village, and it looks like there's a commotion going on by one of the houses towards like one of the outskirts. A bunch of people are like gathered around and like yelling, not in anger, but like in horror. And you see people are like trying to like push them back, and it looks like something's happened over there. What do you do?
How long have we been on the road?
Don't know.
Oh boy.
You tell me.
Guys, I'm tired from traveling. It's been a long time. Do we have the stamina to go in and put our noses in these other people's business, do you think?
No, I think we should leave now.
Alright. No bad ideas.
I could think of a couple bad ideas.
Oh.
That's
We could go in and kill only the children. We could go back from where we came, get back up to raid and ravage the town, or could just watch and see what happens inside.
Yeah, I'd say I'm a fan of watching over anything else that you just said. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of exhibitionist freaks here, I think, is the takeaway.
I would agree with that. I'm gonna go and continue. I'm gonna go and break from the group, and I'm gonna go and look at what's going on over there with the group.
Okay.
I'm gonna
You can
follow
see
a little bit behind, but just so I get like an idea of what's happening, but I do not want to inject myself in it.
Okay. So you can see what looks to be a family. You get these like two or three people that look like they're related. You can tell by how they look. Everybody here is young. Everybody here is like probably late teens, early 20s. It looks like maybe some mid 20s people are here as well, but you don't see anybody very young, and you don't see anybody here that's like very old. So, Emily, your brother, what is? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be referring to you by your person name, Morak or Caer. What is your sibling's name?
His name is Callum, but the people I'm traveling with right now would know him as Erik, and would know me as Caer.
Erik does not have any peers here.
So they're all over, because he's about 13, so they're all
yes.
More like
so these are all probably like 6 years older than him easily. There's like a very specific like age band in this of people in this village. You see what look like two brothers outside of another hut, and they're visibly upset and crying. You see somebody's consoling them. You see a group of other people from you would assume nearby homes sort of gathered around, and you see these guys in like leather armor, like patchwork leather armor, trying to like keep them back. You see people are going around inside the hut. I keep saying hut because I don't have a better word for it. And you see this stern-looking woman sort of standing outside with her arms crossed. She's very... if you were to like look up the definition of like lithe in the dictionary, it's this woman. Like everything about her is like is skinny and narrow. She's got a narrow head, a nose like a razor blade. It's just like it comes out and comes straight down. It's very, very thin, high cheekbones, sharp features, wiry. You can see like wiry forearms, and she's just kind of got her arms crossed and is like has a very grave look on her face.
She calling the shots? Does it look like?
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. She's just standing like looking into the hut while these other people are. You can't see really what they're doing in there. They're not ransacking the place. They're just sort of like you can see them moving about in there, but you can't see real clear details.
All right, cool. I want to approach this lithe woman. See what I can do.
Okay. I think when you approach, she turns to you, and she says something like, "Oh, you're a new face around here."
Me and a couple compatriots just came in from the wilds, trying to catch a second wind before we make another move. Do you mind if I ask what's going on over here? Looks like it's quite the commotion.
She nods and she says, "Oh, we've had a murder."
There's been a murder.
Yeah, or something like it. One of our villagers here, his brothers came to check on him this morning because he didn't show up to go out hunting with them. It's not pretty. Somebody really did some work on this guy.
Do we think it was one of us or something from out there?
Well, I don't know. You tell me. She kind of glances over at you. What are you guys all like wearing as far as like weaponry and stuff?
Currently, I've got a shield on my back and I've got my spear like kind of down. I'm trying to hide the tip so people don't see the metal on it. Trying to make sure no one sees that shit. But then I've got some old pelts. I've got like an old bear pelt that seems like it might be coming apart a little bit, and some other furs that kind of annoy me just to keep warm. Very like no armor almost.
Okay.
I'm also like 6'6", so quite big and big old beard.
Shit.
Actually.
Yeah. Okay, you're huge. So she's looking up at you then for sure.
Yeah.
You're not like eye level. She's looking. She's probably like 5'8" or something. So you still got like height on her.
Yeah, no, strong like farm boy strong. Heck yeah.
I will say this though. She does not look intimidated. Like
that's
given the
cool.
height difference, she's like, all right, whatever. She runs the place. She's
all right.
She looks like she could probably give you a run for your money.
Mad respect. Mad respect. I want to turn over to Emily's. Is it Emily? How? Wait. Caer? How far are you behind me? Are you like behind me or like a ways behind me?
Probably about like 10 to 15 feet. At the sound of like hearing that like something really dangerous had happened, I would have sent Callum back, and I would have gotten a little bit closer to hear what was going on. So I'm within like talking distance.
Awesome. Oh, great. I want to just lean back. I want to just go. Everything seems friendly enough, but these people might have some use of some of our skills.
I think when you turn back, she goes, "Oh, you have skills for this, hmm?"
We have so many skills.
We
Skills
have,
of a
we have
sword,
3
yeah.
skills each, actually, right now.
Plural. It's plural.
Each of us has 3 skills. Okay, so what are Caer, Cleo, and Signe wearing? Like, do you guys have like swords, daggers, like bows? Like, are you
Cleo
decked out?
has-
Is stuff tucked away?
I shall
so-
I shall describe my countenance if that's okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. All ye beware, as Signe Runason is here, wearing face absolutely like decked out in like ratchet like black and blue war paint. I am completely like everything above my navel is like visible, fucking like double nipped out today. I got like a bit of a cloak situation going on and like bound like really heavy leather trousers and an axe strapped to my back. Like definitely some degenerate appearance vibes, and I'm nowhere near as tall as our homie Durgan. I am of perhaps average height for the time, around like 5'7", 5'8", but my physique is fucking rippling, man. Am I allowed to curse on this show, Bishop?
Yes.
Your
yes.
DM?
This yes.
Fucking shreddit.com, man.
So I'm getting like big Balder from God of War vibes.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
if you, maybe not exactly, but that's sort of the
1000%.
vibe. That's sort of the vibe I get. Like
Hot.
maybe are you tatted or not tatted? You just have the war paint on your face.
I'm tatted to hell and back, and
Okay.
they do not look like they were comfortable to get. We're talking like rough jobs. I mean, they still look good, plenty of runes and things, but there's also like a lot of ritual like scarring on like my chest and back as well. Beard, big all over the place. It's not. I haven't had time to like properly like knot or curl or bind it yet, so it's just kind of frizzed out. But I do have the side shaved and kind of like a long ponytail stretching back with like
Okay.
really rough coarse hair.
And I'm curious, for reasons, is that style of like body decoration, for lack of a better term, like is that unusual?
Yes, dude. Yes.
Given
It's
given
not-
your character, given your character and whatever, like that, you do not look like a normal Ironlander, right?
No, not
Okay.
much, and I'm not making any effort to hide it right now.
Okay. And for listeners, I would do the accents that Durgan and this woman and Caer, who I think are like the only couple people that's spoken so far, their accents do not match Signe's accent. So nobody here says anything about it. Nobody gives a crap really. So yeah. I think if this woman sort of gives you all like a look over, and you can see the calculus, like the mental calculus in her head of like probably not these guys, given like they're probably okay. She kind of relaxes a little bit, and she puts out a hand to you, Durgan, and introduces herself. And I would attempt an accent, but I'm not going to because I don't need to embarrass myself like that. But
It's all good there, Major.
she said
I
her
respect.
name is somewhere in my notes. I have it.
Leave it until he reciprocates.
Lestara Cortina.
Ooh.
And
Does she say that when she shakes my hand?
Yes.
Awesome.
And she just gives you a name, Lestara Cortina.
Durgan of the Hills.
Of the Hills is not a common name.
No,
Durgan.
no, it's not. But the hills.
She goes, which hills in particular? These hills here? And
I'm just
she
gonna
kinda
point way out.
Way out. Okay. Okay. She goes, would you mind introducing me to your friends here?
Of course, absolutely. This is my friend Caer, right over here. And then the other. Are you guys with us right now, or are you guys like way out?
I thought that like me and Caer were like a pretty far out.
camera
Oh, okay.
pans to just the other two, like
Off in the distance. Yeah.
Cleo's probably like somewhere in the middle where it's like I'm not super in the heat of it, but like making sure that I'm
So
some
the image I
that I
have
can
is
see all the party.
Durgan like struts up like, oh, let me check out what's going on here. Cleo follows behind for like a couple footsteps and looks back and sees that Signe and Caer and oh Jesus, I forgot his name again. Caer's brother are hanging back like towards the entrance. And she's like, and they're like, which way do I go?
I
And
have
just
a-
sort of like
That's
stops in the middle.
absolutely what's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
okay.
a full set of like bone marbles out and things like that, and I'm like currently like playing a like complicated game involving like sticks and bones on the ground with a kid.
Kara's with
Oh,
Durgan.
that's
Kara
cute.
moved up with Durgan.
Caer did move up with Durgan. Does Caer leave? I'm assuming not, but does Caer leave Callum with Signe?
Yes, actually, I
Really?
told him to hang back
Okay.
because I saw that there was shit going down, and I went, "You're not getting in the middle of this."
So this ripped, tatted, like scarred up war paint. This guy is like sitting there hunched over, playing like knuckle bones with like a 13-year-old at the front.
Yeah,
for
real
the
And-
Jill
girl with
energy.
like this long light brown hair and a braid who's just like, "Mm-hmm,
big DILF energy, K. That's
sure."
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, so this woman, Lestara, sort of steps aside and like holds her hand up towards the entrance in sort of like a inviting way and says, "If you'd like to take a look."
Yeah. Absolutely do.
Kara doesn't even acknowledge, just starts walking in.
Nice. I'm gonna look back at the woman. I'm gonna go. Our friends over there. That's Cleo, and then the Dilf over there. That's Signe. And then I'm gonna follow her.
Okay. So the two guys that are in here, like I said, they're not ransacking the place. It looks like it had been ransacked. There's just like furniture's been upturned. Like
Is it good
I
furniture?
think there's probably some. What's that?
Is it good furniture?
No.
Okay.
No, it's like really basic stuff. It's not like a fancy dresser and like there's no mirrors, nothing like that. It's not like a vanity and shit. It's like a one room like hut with like a fire circle in the middle and like maybe some basic cabinetry. But
Is
like
this-
that's it.
Is this where the guy died? Like, is his body in here? Or did he die somewhere else?
You see him in here. And you can see there's a body in the bed on the far side from the door. These two guys that are in here sort of give you a nod and walk out, and you can see in the ceiling there is like a hole for smoke to go out from the fire, and over by where the bed is, there's another hole that looks like something caved in, like a 2-foot section of the roof over by the bed. And you see like furs and stuff lumped over like in a big pile on the bed, and what you assume is a body underneath them. There's, like I said, there's some real basic cabinetry. It looks like everything's been torn out of the cabinetry and just like all cast all over the place. You can see the coals and ashes from the fire circle in the middle have been like kicked all over the place.
Like a struggle or like a not struggle?
If the body's in the bed, it's probably not a struggle.
I was gonna say. Okay.
Or, it's not like you're thinking.
Can I get a better look at this body?
Oh, sure you can.
Ho 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 ho!
You can smell it first off. There's a smell in the air. As you go over and you throw like the furs off the body, or gently lift them or whatever. I heard a really good description in a movie I watched this weekend. It looks like a lasagna with teeth.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ! I mean, iron people. God damn.
something or somebody went to work on whoever this used to be, and it's just a mess. It is a mess.
Any tusk wounds?
Probably not. I think you can safely disregard tusks as a... Well, I don't know. Let's see. What do we have for moves you can make?
Let me see. I want to put this to the test.
Why don't you give us a gather information?
Roll a tusk check.
Yeah. So when you search an area, ask questions, conduct an investigation, or follow a track, roll plus wits. If you act within the community or ask questions of a person with whom you share a bond, add 1. You don't. So you're going to roll 2d10. That's going to be those are going to be the dice that you have to beat.
Okay.
And you're going to roll a d6. And you're going to add your wit.
Okay. I have terrible wits. Let's see. That's not bad though. So it's plus 1 for my wits. So it's a 5 plus 1 is 6. I've got a 1 on one die, and then I've got a 7 on the other die. So I got 1 pass, right? So
Okay,
it's a weak success?
That's a weak hit. That is a weak hit.
I'm hitting the body?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It is a partial success. How about that? That's the term strong hit and weak hit,
dude. That body wasn't moving. How? You are a strong person. You should have been able to aim better.
It's weird. You hit the body as hard as you can. It doesn't look any different. It's still just a mess. So on your partial success, the information complicates your quest or introduces a new danger. Envision what you discover and take +1 momentum. So, first things first is I want you to tick your momentum score up by 1.
+3 now. Okay.
Yep. So from now on, if you roll a d6 and it's less than a 3, and then you roll 2d10, that your +3 momentum can cancel out anything of 3 or less on your d10s. So
write that down.
That momentum, your momentum will build and build and build and build as long as you keep getting hits, as long as you keep getting successes, so that when something goes wrong and you roll a real bad d6 and real high d10s, you could potentially just cancel out those d10s and just keep rolling without suffering bad consequences. Okay. But then your momentum will reset back to 2.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's like a pace maintaining mechanic. So we'll say, envision what you discover, ask the oracle if unsure. I will say there are not, I know what you're looking for are like tusks, like an elephant's tusks. No. However, there are wounds that look like they were made by a tusk of some sort.
He's starting to breed.
Or tusks. Plural.
He's got a teammate. So much worse than we thought.
I will also say it looks like, without being too detailed, unless you want me to go into more detail, there is exposed bone.
Okay.
And the exposed bone has teeth marks on it.
I was gonna say, does it look like chewed lasagna? I think the answer is yes.
Yeah.
He's developed a taste for humans now.
Oh god.
This isn't good.
While Durgan is examining the body, Morak would have like seen it be uncovered and like internally just like fuck shit. Oh god, that sucks. Okay. But on the outside just like okay. And then would have gone to look around the room.
You notice,
like, looking at the furniture, and eventually in my circle, I would want to end the circle round with looking at that hole.
Okay.
The body.
You notice that everything in here is wood. You also notice that things that you would think you would want to have in your home, like tools or cookingware, is gone. And those things are typically not wood.
I've never known elephants steal from people before.
Do they look like they are, like, conspicuously... Like, do I see places where they would have been? Like, do I see, like, a rack where cookware would have been kept?
Sure. There's like a thing over the fire where you would hang, like, a pot.
So they're, like,
or whatever.
distinctly missing.
Distinctly
not they were
missing,
absent.
yes. Yep, absolutely. You get over to the hole, and it's like 2, maybe 3 feet in diameter. It's like a circular hole. It's caved in. You can see on the, like, it looks like something left a print or something on the hole, as if it climbed back out the way it came in. You can see there's like 2 or 3 prints about that hole in the roof.
How high above the bed is the hole?
I mean, the whole, like, the entire structure is probably like 6 or 8 feet high, and it's got like a sloped roof, so it's not terribly high above the.
If it's caved in like that,
Yeah.
so Morak is gonna go, well, this is gonna be gross, and then sort of straddles so that she's not touching the, like, standing, like when you're, like,
Yep.
standing on the edge of the bathtub, and tries to climb up there the way that the
Desperately
thing
trying not
kinda-
to step in the soup that used to be a
not to
pizza.
step in the good soup.
Good soup. So you do that, and then you notice something that I guess the people outside haven't seen yet, is there are, like, probably like 6-inch in diameter, like 4-fingered prints on the roof that are like bloody prints and stuff. You see
Fingers or like paw pads?
fingers. They're digits, distinct digits, not like a cougar or anything like that. And they seem to go down one side in like a single direction, and then when you look up, you can see straight into the woods.
I think she considers following it on her own for a moment,
Mhm.
and is like, that's a really bad idea. So she's gonna, like, pop down, so, like, head is upside down, and just look at her and be like, hey! Suddenly right in front of you, from above you, after watching her do that gross shit.
So you're like you're standing on the roof and like looking down through the.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Durgan, you see Caer's head upside down in the
Just
hole.
like all of a sudden, head goes, "Phoom. Hello.
ah!
Caer, how long is your hair?
Very short.
Very short. Okay.
It
God.
is actually, it's like really badly cut to like
Okay.
this length, like she did it herself.
Okay.
What have you found, Caer?
That shit's fucked up.
Yep.
There's,
Oh yeah.
So whatever did this, it's got 4 fingers, like fingers. It escaped back up through this way and it went into the woods. There are some tracks that we can follow, but I didn't think I should follow them.
You hear
Probably smart.
you hear Lestara yell from outside. Have you found anything?
I'm gonna go in really close to Caer for a second. I'm gonna be like, have we found anything?
I'm gonna leave that up to you, I think.
I'm gonna look at him and just go, I think we should tell him about the tracks. I don't think we should tell him about that they stole a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, all the like things that are probably made of metal are gone.
Yeah,
Fully
probably. I don't think we should tell him that.
That's smart.
All right, I'm gonna peace out. I'm gonna see if there's anything on Caer. I'm gonna try and wipe it off with some fucking shit. Like I'm trying to get all the blood off me. I'm trying to and then I'm gonna go and reunite with the woman.
Caer definitely has body lasagna on her and doesn't care.
Do you cover the
Like-
body up or just leave it?
I'm covering that body up. Oh yeah.
Okay. As you exit the the building. The two like brothers that were crying run up to you and like grab at you, and they're like, Can you tell who did this? Can you tell what did this? Do you know what's going on? Can you tell us anything?
We don't know yet, but we're gonna find out. But we need more time. These things are delicate, and they're not easy. But luckily, we're not used to the easy ways. I'm gonna keep going, being as stoic as possible.
I climb down, I bypass all of them and go straight to our group.
Nice.
Lestara approaches you after these two brothers like give you their thanks and kind of sulk off. She says, can you help us?
We can definitely help you.
Okay.
The beasts are getting more and more brazen from the jungle, but I think we're used to that. I've had experience hunting them before. But we're going to need utilities before we can go after anything. We need more information. Is there anything of use in the circle that we can make use of?
She says, let's see. Is there anything useful in the circle that you can make use of?
Like, is it worth us going into town quick and then going, or should we just hit it? Like,
before you start like hitting up places, we're gonna swear an iron vow. Lestara's gonna put out her arm, like gonna put out her hand, and in the hand, I think she has like this old like rusty coin from the old world, like in the
holy shit!
Like in the palm of her hand, and she's kind of holding it out on an angle so that you can clasp her hand.
I'm clasping her hand.
So what is the iron vow that you're going to swear? I'm assuming the other two members of the cast who were like standing off to the side are on board with this.
I'm just happy to help.
Yeah, I'm happy to help. I haven't heard any of this though. I think that I'm probably with Cleo and what do I know the young kid as?
Erik.
Cletus? Erik.
Cletus!
Yeah, I'm with like Erik and Cletus. Wait, no, you're not Cletus. I'm with Erik and Cleo. And I think I've just lost my third game in a row to them, and I'm getting a little spicy about it.
Okay. So I'm gonna say you're swearing the iron vow for the group.
I'll swear the iron vow for the group.
Okay.
You know what? Because Durgan doesn't know better. He doesn't know better than to do that. He's never been in a group before.
Okay. So
I'm
the
gonna
iron
swear
vow
it.
that you are swearing is.
I would like to swear that we are going to find whoever is responsible, or whatever is responsible.
Okay. When you swear upon iron to complete a quest, write your vow and give the quest a rank. Then roll plus heart. So we are going to give the quest a rank.
Would we consider troublesome? I'm still like
yeah.
full on muscling with this woman for like 2 minutes straight, just like like really like I'm in an old Greek movie, like pulsating muscles and like insane eye contact. It's like the beginning of Predator.
Wind starts blowing in your hair. What was the rest of the group doing while we were?
If Caer approached and like still had like schmutz.
Oh, I still got schmutz.
Okay, and Cleo would probably like look at them and be like, "What'd you get into?" Got a little something there.
Shit. I was trying to clean it off before her brother notices. It's kind of a little bit like human soup.
Gross.
Now you see, Erik, that is what you look like on the inside. There is all sorts of goop inside of a person. And no, there is very little kind of goop inside of a person. And that is not what that is. That is a good soup that was being eaten. And look at your messy sibling just eating like a messy pig hog is what that is. Not the inside of a guy. Erik?
I think we're going to have a dangerous quest. I think it's dangerous. You're going to roll plus heart.
Okay.
And then you're going to roll, so that's D6 plus heart against 2D10.
Against 2d10. Hold on.
Yep, you're always rolling 2D10.
Gotcha. I rolled a 7, which is really cool because I got a 1 and a 6.
Hey,
That's
a strong
cool.
hit. That's good. On a strong hit, you are emboldened, and it is clear what you must do next. Ask the Oracle if unsure. Take +2 momentum. So bump your momentum up +2. And I think I'll say the whole group can do that. I think everybody can do that. Everybody take 2 momentum.
Should we be writing this vow in our
Yes.
summary?
Yes. You would very much
And what
like
kind
to,
of
though.
what level is this? Dangerous?
Yes. Not the lowest rank, but like second to lowest.
Yeah.
What was the vow?
I think Durgan said find who's responsible for this.
Yeah, I wanted to give us an out so it wasn't kill who's responsible for this in case there's like, there's a couple more things we might have to think about here. Like,
Okay. Cool. So, Durgan, after you have sworn this iron vow, you figure you and the group want to find some advantage here, correct?
eventually,
So-
yes.
We can roll secure an advantage. That's
Okay.
something you can make.
What do I roll?
2d10 against your d6. Your
It's a
d6
plus
is going
heart,
to.
plus-
So there's different things you can do, right?
Sure.
When you assess the situation, make preparations or attempt to gain leverage, envision your action and roll. If you act with speed, agility, or precision, roll plus edge. If you roll with charm, loyalty, or courage, roll plus heart. If you roll with aggressive action, forceful defense, strength, or endurance, roll iron. If you're using deception, use stealth or trickery. Or with expertise, insight, or observation, roll plus wits. So I guess you tell me, how are you like taking time to like make a plan, or
So they've already had this conversation, right? They're doing their whole thing, and Caer is briefing them on what we have to do.
I believe that's the case.
All right, I'm gonna make a shonen protagonist speech and trying to use heart. First I'm gonna roll, and then I'm gonna roll play if I'm bad. Oh my god, this is such. Okay, so I rolled a 4 and a 6 on the 2d10, and I rolled a 1 plus 2, which is 3. So that is such a fail. That is failing of both.
So what's your momentum at?
My momentum is at +5.
So you can cancel anything less than 5 and take that as a hit, and then reset your momentum to 2.
So do I re-roll the die, or I just cancel it?
No, it just cancels it. You say, these are my 2d10. One of them is less than my momentum. I'm going to reset my momentum, ignore that die, and take a hit. If they were both less than 5, you could do it to both of them.
I can do it to both of them?
If they're both less than 5. If both d10s are less than 5, you can cancel both.
I can cancel 1, so I'm gonna cancel 1, so at least it's only like a marginal hit. Like,
Can we still get the speech though?
oh yeah. Okay,
This
so
time it's played on a kazoo.
I'm gonna approach the group.
Yeah.
I'm gonna approach the group. And I'm gonna be like, "All right, guys. So you remember how I was telling you about Cold Tusk? He's definitely here, and he's definitely got people working for him, and this has definitely got his stink all over it. I'm gonna ask you here, right here, to help me find the elephant that killed my father. Now, who's with me?
Woo!
I got 1.
You expect me to believe an elephant killed that guy?
He had tusk marks all over him, and now he's developed a taste for.
No, it was definitely not an elephant. It was definitely
Where did the guy die? Was it inside the house?
It was
How did
inside the
elephant
house.
How did the elephant get inside the house?
He's got incredible use of his trunk. It's an incredibly flexible trunk. I have no doubt.
Durgan, how did he fit inside, Durgan?
He could have used the tusks to make a perfect cylinder, and then go through it, and then reach in with his tusk. I just know this, guys. I just know that this is him. It's got his footprints all over it. His footprints were all over this.
I respect the crazy ramblings of a man hell-bent on revenge, but I need to ask, are we okay allowing Kevin to be involved in this? I mean, Erik. I forget your boy's name a lot. My apologies, Caleb.
I would tell you to stay behind, but I don't think that you would listen.
Erik?
No.
No. What if we put you in little box you could not escape from, you rascal?
I would break out.
What if we break your arms and legs so you can't break
No,
out?
we're not
Erik?
doing that, yeah? We're not going to hurt.
I think he's like looking kind of sidelong at Signe, like, I don't know, what would you do?
Oh, you little rascal. We put box in the bottom of lake, and that way even the forces of the ocean compel you
we're
to
not
stay.
drowning him either. We're not doing that.
What if he did survive? He would be so much stronger. I think that
You
we're
would
ruling
be.
this out too early. Could you imagine if he actually pulled that off? We would have
Is
an
Durgan
incredible...
last name Darwin?
Everything within me right now to not take my brother and walk away.
That's fair. Maybe I spoke too soon.
But I
Caleb.
already thumbs up the iron promise.
I
So
just
I
think
have to?
I just think I don't understand how you were raised. When you were a child, did your parents not have discipline crate?
Discipline crate?
Discipline crate, the
Not
thing
my
where they
mother,
bind
no.
you and put you in discipline crate. Sometimes barrel of lesson learning.
Not my parents, no.
Jesus Christ.
And yet there was, so you're implying there was a lesson learning barrel at some point?
I'm gonna pull Callum off to the side. I'm just gonna go. I know that you're not gonna stay behind here, even if I leave you, so I'm gonna let you come along. But it's a sign of any danger. You're gonna find a safe place and you're gonna hide until I find you. No questions, no arguments. Yeah?
He agreed.
Cygnus still hasn't said yes. Cygnus still
Yes.
hasn't technically
Cygnus
agreed.
still on the fence.
After
I'm not getting a great reason to do this. Why is it a problem a man is dead? Is that not nature? If he was killed by elephant, is not that just way of life?
So, it definitely wasn't an elephant. Something with 4 very human-like fingers slammed through the ceiling, destroyed and earmuffs for Callum, destroyed and basically chewed up whatever that man was, stole everything made of metal, and then escaped through the same hole and ran into the woods.
With human fingers.
With 4 very human-like fingers, yeah.
You heard it here first. The elephant has grown human fingers. It is a hard problem. We need to solve this now. It's an abomination.
Well, if we're going against nature in such a terrifying way, I suppose we must. But you must swear to me something, Durgan.
Are we making a vow?
Yes, if we find elephant with human fingers are responsible for this, then I get to take all the fingers to make a necklace of bone and meat.
Durgan is going to take 2 minutes to consider this. He's going to look down. He's going to face. And then I'm going to come back. I'm just going to go, that's a deal. I'll agree to that.
All right, well then my axe is yours, Durgan, and I will do like an arm clasp. We do like a mutual arm clasp and shake as I'm looking up at
Lightning
you.
flashes.
Signe, I can already tell that you are vastly, vastly intelligent.
Yes.
It does me proud to have you here on this quest with us.
I
They have
was
the
the brain
lightning eye.
genius of my old village. But I do need to say, Cleo, if we come across elephant that has hooves instead of fingers, will you still be okay to take its life?
It'll be hard, but I'm sure that it will be worth it. We can't have any of our hooven friends causing mischief, can we?
You are a true pragmatist, Cleo, and for that, and I'm gonna give you one of the big like arm taps. I salute your bravery. Let us go kill this monstrosity.
Okay. So after Durgan had given his speech, you have secured an advantage of some kind. On a weak hit, your advantage is short-lived. Take +1 momentum.
Cool.
So you guys gathered each other together, and you all have agreed, you're wholeheartedly that you're going to do this.
Do we all take +1 momentum?
Yeah. What do you do now that you're like gonna be hunting this thing?
So, question more for Caer. Did we check to see if there were any of like tracks around the area, like leading out, or is this like a house at like the edge of town?
If I'm not mistaken, and to be fair, I did have a brief moment of my brain shutting off. The four-fingered prince went like down the house and into the woods, I thought, but I might have misheard.
They went down the roof of the house in the direction of the woods, yes, but I don't think you checked like around the structure.
Okay, then might be a good idea to do that.
Do we need any supplies? Do we know how long we're going to be tracking this thing? Do we need any food, any matches, any firing wood?
I think generally that stuff is not. I think you're all set. You have supply.
Okay, cool.
That supply of +5, it means that you're all set. When you suffer consequences for failure, that's one of the things that's going to be decreased, potentially. So, like, when you think you know where you're going and you like leave, you're going to undertake a journey, and there is a thing where if you miss. Oh, on a weak hit, you can mark progress, but also you suffer -1 supply. So if that happens like 5 times, well, now you're in deep shit. But right now you're fine.
I think Caer is going to climb back up onto the roof, and after that moment with like Cleo, be like, "I'll go on the roof. You check around the house."
That looks like a gather information roll. When you search an area, ask questions, conduct an investigation, or follow a track, roll +wits.
Great. So I'm rolling 2d10 and a d6.
2d10 and 1d6. The d6 you will add your wits. And I would say add another +1 since you know generally what you're looking for.
Okay.
Okay,
And
so
then-
2d10, 1d6, and add the wits to the d6.
Yep.
And you want the d10 to be higher or lower than the d6?
You want to beat the d10s with your d6 and your pluses.
Okay, so I rolled a 7.
Mm-hmm.
One of my d10s is a 6, one of them is an 8, so that is a mixed success.
Yes, correct.
I rolled a 3 and a 5 for my d10s.
Yep.
And my d6 was a 4 plus wits is 2, so that's a 6. So I beat both of them.
So you got a strong hit and you got a weak hit. Okay. Let's do the weak hit first. The information complicates your quest or introduces a new danger. Envision what you discover and take +1 momentum. So everybody can take +1. Actually, no, I lied. Emily, you take +1. Caer can take +1.
Come on, Caer.
Woo! Caer has so much momentum right now.
It looks like, Caer, there's potentially more than one track. As in, there potentially more than one thing was here. And then, let's see. Cleo got a strong hit. You discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow or action you must take to make progress is made clear. Envision what you learn and take +2 momentum. So Cleo, take +2 momentum, and Cleo finds the exact path that whatever this was took to get here and to leave. And it's the same path.
Caer, I think I found something.
Hops down. Yeah, me too, but mine's not very good.
What'd you find?
I think there's more than one of these things.
All right.
What'd you find?
This trail here, it looks like I think you're right. There might be more than one. They're heading off right to the woods. But what I'm confused about is why they only hit this one house and then went right back off and didn't hit anything else.
Well, they took tools. They took cookware and tools. They took things that are iron, things you wouldn't, not necessarily iron, probably not iron, but metal. Things you wouldn't necessarily be able to get in the woods. So maybe, were the objects the object of the thing and he was just a consequence? You know what I mean? Were they after the tools and he just happened to be in the way?
I suppose, but what you were saying about the body,
He looked real fucked up, that's the thing.
that seems like a lot of effort for just casual bystander.
Can I climb back up and take one more look at that hole?
Yeah. Yeah. What would you like to do?
Is the hole is it on the side of the house that is nearest to the woods?
Yes.
So we don't know much about this person who's been freaking slammed by
You
these
know literally
things.
nothing about this person except their shit was stolen and they look like lasagna with teeth now. And they have 2 brothers.
Can I go find the brothers?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
What's your deal? What are you doing?
I want to ask what their deceased relative was like, because obviously this isn't a rich hit. They're not going for riches, they're just going for metal, but he was torn up real bad. It seems like way more work, so I'm feeling vendetta, but I don't know what this guy could have gone into.
You're gonna roll another gather information. So
Okay.
add your wits.
Oh my god. Okay, so I got a 2 and a 1, and I got a 6.
Hey, that's fine. Perfect. Strong hit. You discover something helpful and specific. So take +2 momentum. You have a maximum of maximum of 12, right? Or 10?
10.
I think you have a maximum of 10.
Yeah, I'm at 9 right now.
Okay, yeah, you're doing swell. You're all right. So you're talking to these 2 brothers, and what are you asking them specifically? Just you told me, and then my brain just dumped it out.
Oh no,
I
it's fine.
forgot.
I would probably ask it's their brother
Yes.
that died. Okay, I would probably
Yep.
ask what. So I'm so sorry for your loss. What was your brother like?
To be honest, he was kind of an asshole. But what brother isn't?
Oh, I know. My brother's also. He can be a jerk sometimes too, but still, that's your family.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He was a good hunter, though. He was a good hunter. He did more than either of us did, to be sure. He was always out finding new game trails. He was really good at it. It's a shame. It's a shame because we relied on him to bring in food for the whole village, believe it or not.
And this happened just last night?
Yes. Yeah. We usually meet up in the center of town, and he didn't show up at the usual time, so we went to go get him, and his home was as you found it when you got there.
Caer's gonna drop down from the roof right next to me and go, why are there no children?
Two of them look at you two, and like, are you not? You're not from around here, huh?
No.
Oh, so first off, welcome to Negging. It's
The town was named Negging.
you forgot. You
I
forgot.
Negging.
Randomly rolled adventures. So yeah, they tell you that, because I don't feel like going in character for this. The town is like a recent settlement. They're sort of not outcasts, but they had a difference of opinion on religious matters with their original village, and the people in this age group, not old. They don't have, none of them had kids yet, but their parents all followed like the old ways.
So these people are church bootlickers, okay?
It's no, these people are not church bootlickers.
They're old way bootlickers.
These people have a different opinion on religion than their parents,
Who were old way people.
They're old way people. This village is new way people. Their parents' religious views are like the old world religion with like some slight like twists or maybe reinterpretations on what things might have meant now that they're in the Ironlands. The Iron Priests and stuff is like old ways. The Iron Priests are the magicians that came over on the boats, and they co-opted the religion and changed details about it to fit the Ironlands. When the Ironlanders migrated from the old world, because the material conditions of their life had changed over the last 2 generations, the way that things are interpreted, or like some of the dogma has evolved or been made to fit more with how things are now. These people are not them.
Okay, so we asked about we know a little bit more information on the town.
Yep.
He did a lot of shit for the town.
Yeah, these 3 guys were like, the impression is that these were the 3 big like hunter-gatherer guys that would go out and bring in whatever they could hunt for the village, and they'd split it up.
So
it's not a huge village, but it's big enough that these 3 guys can feed everybody with like as far as like meat concerns.
From the look of the body, it definitely doesn't look like a person could have done that, right?
I mean, like, people can do a lot of things.
That's fair.
It wouldn't have been pleasant.
People would never.
You can assume, given the spacing of the houses or whatever, like whatever happened to this person, the point from when like beginning of event to person's expiration was quick. Chances are a lot of that damage was post-mortem.
Oh,
because if it was a loud, dragged out thing, like people would have heard, people would have known.
Yeah, it's
this person did not have time to make a lot of noise.
Oh my god!
before.
Okay, so all of my criminal minds, like now,
I got theories.
Okay.
Theories are going.
So I would probably like Cleo would probably thank the brothers for their time and would like return to talk with
Morag and Cleo immediately turn around.
When you turn to leave, they go, well, one second. I don't know if this is related or not, but he told us that just the other day he was out on his own, walking one of the game trails, looking for like signs of praise. Not the word I want, but like I guess that's the best thing I can come up with right now. Things you hunt. He said he found like a cave or a cavern or like something like in the. And I can give you a general direction where it is, but I don't know if that's related or not.
I think at this point, any information would help.
Okay. Best of luck.
All right.
Cleo is fucking turning right around to Caer and being like,
So.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Is it okay if I'm over here with Signe and just being like, give me. I want to like flag him down. I want to confer information.
Oh, and then I'm like, yes, okay.
We like start walking casually, then like start speeding up a little.
Yeah, we're like trying to be casual about it, but then like we get to a certain point and we're like scuttling.
Alright. I'm forming a huddle with all 5 members of the clan. With all 5 members of the group.
I think this was definitely a targeted hit on this person. They were talking about how he was like really big into the game and the hunting trails, and part of me is thinking like maybe a hunt went wrong, maybe he got into something that he shouldn't have. His brothers were just telling us that he found a cave or something.
So I had these things, whatever they are, came in from the roof. They climbed up and jumped down through the roof. Why didn't they just jump through the hole in the center? So 1, they must be afraid of fire. Or at least fire can damage them in some way. Was something I was going to... Was the fire lit? Would the fire have been lit overnight?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. Chances are there's like a low burning fire overnight. I think this is like I mean, like right now it's like early autumn, so I think the nights get chilly. So yeah, they probably had like a low burning fire.
They jumped in on the side that was closest to the forest. So being this, you say it was targeted. I think it was in a way. I think these are creatures with a very rudimentary level of intelligence. So they have just enough to think like, need tools. Man who hunting has tools.
But then
they jump in, because didn't you say that after looking at that damage was probably done post-mortem?
Yeah.
So if they jump in, search for the tools, and then get distracted, munch, and then leave.
But why would an elephant need tools?
It's not...
I am not sure if it is an elephant.
She makes good points here.
But they could still be in cahoots with the elephant.
They might... I bet they're servants of Cold Tusk. I don't think Cold Tusk was here. I bet they're servants of him, definitely.
Yes.
They worship him because of his fingers.
Yes.
Like they wish that their fingers could turn into mighty Cold Tusk's, like, elephant feet.
I will say, while I'm starting
now
to
you are making sense, Cleo.
Well, I'm starting to part with the Cold Tusk theory. Not completely. The situation does seem incredibly similar to the situation that happened to my father. A hunter, tracking large prey, using metal tools, and then is sought out by a creature beast in the woods, and then targeted him and killed him. I don't think maybe the elephant idea is maybe too far to the hills, but I do think there are some similarities here.
I'm sorry, Eric, I need you to stop hitting that stick against that tree. Please.
Yes, Erik, please stop. Durgan, I am worried for you and need to caution you because they say in my land that a warrior who changes his mind when presented with overwhelming contrary evidence to previous belief is no warrior at all. And so I just trust me when I say even if you are giving up on the Cold Tusk theory, whoever Cold Tusk is, I am not giving up on the theory.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Is Signe anti-vax?
I will never give up on the Cold Tusk theory. But if breaking these people's knees gets me closer to Cold Tusk, then so be it.
When did
He's
we
the
use-
man behind the man, behind the man, behind the elephant, is what we need to figure out.
Your genius is dizzying, Signe.
Why just this house and this hunter? Even if they had rudimentary intelligence and wanted to, why wouldn't they raid the whole village?
Right.
I feel like he might have gotten into something he shouldn't have.
That's a very good point.
I agree with Cleo. I think they tracked
He
him
might
back.
have had it coming the whole time. This guy might be a real bitch.
They did say he was a bit of a dick.
And he did
And
hunt a
if
lot
he's-
of people. He hunted for the whole village. That's a lot of game.
And if he's meddling in things that he shouldn't be meddling in.
Ha ha ha! Meddling fog.
Durgan is responding like that.
This is exactly how he's responding.
Podcast canceled. I'm deleting the Twitter account. I'm shutting down.
Cleo, you kill me.
We're done.
You kill me.
Goodbye,
So
RSS.
when we find perpetrators, if they are really cool or give us a lot of ale or something like that, then maybe we come back and finish rest of town with them. If they are not dicks, if they had a really good reason.
I feel like we'll find out when we get there.
Right.
We will burn that bridge when we come to it, as we say.
Yes.
Sure.
If I do find out they work
Is
for
the
Colt,
cavern
sorry.
is the cavern in the same direction as those footprints?
Generally speaking, yes.
Hey.
I want to say, the group can mark 2 progress on your quest. When you reach a milestone, you make significant progress in your quest by overcoming a critical obstacle, completing a perilous journey, solving a complex mystery, defeating a powerful threat, gaining vital support, or acquiring a crucial item. You may mark progress. And because we're on a dangerous quest, you mark 2 progress for gathering that information, solving a complex mystery. Complex.
Where do we mark that?
And under your vow,
Oh, it's this thing. 2?
yeah. So let's see, we're in is it summary, and you can mark
Plus sign.
Yeah.
yes. Yes. I think so. Reach a milestone. When you mark progress, 2 full boxes.
2 full boxes.
Yes, not 2 ticks, 2 progress.
He's got lots to access.
I'm still gonna do the plus sign because I like how the X looks.
Sure.
Men who there are a specific type of men who, combined with being married to a bi woman, it's called bi wife energy. And Bishop,
Oh.
you have that in spades.
Yeah. Okay, good. When our people first arrived in the Ironlands, we were but children. We knew only of the world we had lost. We brought with us our livestock and our horses, domesticated animals with which we were familiar. It wasn't long until we found that the Ironlands were home to breeds of animals quite like our own, but twisted and perverse. Some say we created these monsters by bringing outside influences to the Ironlands. Others say the Ironlands themselves are a mirror world, a reflection of our old world. Regardless, all Ironlanders know that there is a threat in every shadow. They know to distrust anything that is too familiar, especially in the wilderness. And they know you never whistle at night. You previously had journeyed to this village on the side of a mountain. When you arrived, you saw a crowd gathered around one of the huts in the village. You met the leader of the town or village or circle, whatever you want to call it, Lestara. who was that really lithe, like tough-looking woman who's like all 5'8" of her.
The MILF. Yeah.
I mean, she's not a mom, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, probably like mid-late 20s. You investigated the remains of somebody inside the hut. I believe the descriptor was lasagna with teeth. Thank you, Jennifer Body, whoever wrote that. You found that a bunch of tools, which you assume to be metal, probably iron, because we're playing Ironsworn. A bunch of stuff was stolen. There's a hole in the roof, bloody handprints, four-fingered handprints all around. A trail leading off into the woods. You interviewed the deceased siblings. They informed you that the three of them were the main hunters of the village, and several days prior, the deceased had said that he found a cave or something or like a cavern by one of the game trails, and then he was dead today. Let's see. You know that the person, he was killed quick because nobody heard it happen. If it was a struggle, somebody would have heard it. And you have now marked 2 progress out of 10 on your quest tracker.
We're on the road, right? We're tracking this thing down, right?
Are you? Because last time we stopped after the interview, and you had all had a discussion.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think we're heading towards the trail, right?
We are heading towards the trail. Did we discuss that fire can hurt this thing? Do we think that's real?
That was a theory that Caer had because they didn't go for the easy entrance, which would have been above the flame. They jumped in through the roof. So it's a possibility.
So what if we smoke them out? They're in a cave.
Ooh.
But we also don't know if that's connected yet.
Right.
We do know that dead guy was futzing around the area, but we don't know if that stuff in the cave is connected to the gruesome murder.
Bum, bum, bum.
Did we not say that the tracks do go loosely to the cave?
Same general direction.
Same general direction. Got it. Okay.
As this happens, Signe is crawling out of a nearby bush as you all discuss this. I have stuffed twigs and leaves in my hair and just smeared mud on my body. I'm going, what is with all of the theorizing? Are we not about to go become one with the forest?
Signe makes a fair point. I think it is time for action.
Well, you know what they say about the relationship between actions and words, right?
No, what do they say?
What is that, God? Oh, Erik. Oh, God, Erik. Oh.
Wise young Erik.
Wise Erik.
No, we can't do this. No, absolutely not. No. Absolutely not.
All right.
Please do not give my brother a complex.
It sounds like you want to undertake a journey.
Would love to.
Yeah?
I would want to. I would love to.
I guess whoever's leading the way is going to be rolling this.
I will lead the way. Okay.
I will lead the way.
I will lead the way.
I will
lead the way.
We're walking. Everybody follow me, says everybody, as you walk side by side into the woods.
This is going to be an excellent dynamic.
We're walking past each other, just elbowing. Just I will lead the way.
It's that scene from Superbad where he's like, "All right, see you later," and they both walk the same direction down the hallway, so he just fucking takes off sprinting.
I will lead the way because narratively, Morak is the one who saw the footprints. And also was with Caer when we got the information of where the cavern was. Also, game mechanics-wise, I have a good thing if I roll well. So, as a wayfinder.
You have a thing.
So just because you have the most reason to lead the way and would be best at leading the way, you need to lead the way.
Decided this. Is it just because we can
All
actively
right.
measure your strength against ours and that you're better for this situation that makes you think you could lead this way?
No, it's okay.
You're on
Caer
the
the
wrong side
fascist.
of
Please lead us
history
into
here.
the forest.
Sure. Right. Okay. Whatever. So how do I roll a undertake a
So-
journey?
Same as everything else. Not to be condescending, but I just want to reinforce it's always going to be the same. 2d10, and then your a d6 plus your wits. And I will say,
Well, this one says that you need to determine if it's a
oh yes,
troublesome
right.
through epic journey. Yeah.
I think it's a troublesome journey. I don't think it's dangerous. I think it's troublesome. So I'm gonna start a journey tracker. So you roll your 2d10, you roll your d6, add wits, and you're gonna add one more because these guys gave you direction, generally where to go. And recall any of the d10s that are less than your momentum. You can spend that momentum and reset it to +2 to cancel out those dice.
So I have a weak hit, a mixed success, and I am not able to burn momentum to solve the other one. So.
Okay. So on a weak hit, you reach a waypoint and mark progress. So because we're on a troublesome journey, you're going to get three progress. 1, 2, 3. Suffer -1 supply. So I think as a group, everybody's just going to lose the 1 supply. So everybody spend a supply because you're eating food on your trip, etc., etc. You reach a waypoint. What kind of waypoint do we reach? If the waypoint is unknown to you, envision it. Ask the oracle if unsure. Do we want to randomly roll on waypoints here? Let's see, oracles.
Yeah, why not?
Let's roll.
Let's find out together, friends.
Yeah, let's fuck around and find out.
Find out. Scientific method, baby.
Is this something where it's normally just up to the oracle to describe like what we see and feel and stuff, or is this something where, like other
I
systems,
could make it up. I want to randomly roll a thing because I want to use like the mechanics of the system. I want to like help. I want to discover this with you guys. I don't want to just like start throwing shit at you right away.
Gotcha. I was just wondering if it's like in rule to be like, I go around the corner and unleash a gasp as I find a gorgeous hamburger tree, and like, you know.
I mean, you could do that. I mean, that's like I would prefer if you didn't just do like a hamburger tree, but like you can make stuff up if you have an idea for a thing that you guys like come across.
What if we rephrased it? What if we said meat tree? Would that be better?
There's a meat tree.
Oh.
Wow.
We're gonna roll a location randomly. 17. You find a caravan. That's neat.
Oh shit!
You come across a caravan. There's a I think it's probably like 3 or 4 people on horseback.
And the wagon filled with hamburgers.
Cleo.
It's the hamburger train.
Girl, Cleo. These are
Hi.
some nice horses. They got some pretty horses. They are
Oh.
groomed. They are well groomed, well fed. I think you see this one guy who looks like about Durgan's size riding around on a big old Clydesdale.
Oh.
The other 3 are just on I don't know, what are the smaller horses called?
Little Sebastians.
Yeah, what's a nag horse? Is that what I'm looking for? No, that's not what I want. That's an old one or one in poor condition. That is not what I mean. I don't know. They're on nice horses.
Are we talking like Kentucky Derby nice horses?
Or just strong.
No, they're not
beautiful
racing
beasts.
horses.
Okay, so like just like strong, like
Pack horses?
built, like
Yeah.
And how many horses are there?
Arabians, or maybe an Appaloosa.
That's a really nice horse.
I used to have an Appaloosa. I love
What they look
that.
like.
Cleo's probably like, oh my god, guys. Can I approach? Can I like?
Yeah, so they're
Yes,
they're
bro.
coming down like opposite you on the like. I guess it's just a regular foot trail right now. You haven't like hit the game trail, but the guy that's riding Clydesdale is like pulling a cart behind him. And when they see you, they whoa, and they pull up and they stop short. You can see they're nervous. They've got their hands like on their weapons.
I'm in a tree right now, looking down on them, like hand on my
Signe
weapon.
scrambles up a tree. Yeah. So do you like hide when you hear them coming? You can hear them before you see them, and before they see you. Do you hide, or are you guys
hiding.
like? Does Cleo just stand in the middle of the road like, oh, I can't wait?
Yeah, no, if hearing the familiar footfalls of horse hooves, Cleo is probably like, oh my gosh, like, horses, they're coming, oh my goodness, I can't wait to, like, meet them. So Cleo is, like, maybe probably, like, off, like, not in the middle of the road, probably off to the side to make sure that, like, if they need birth, they can get it. But is, like, totally out in the open, like, waiting for these horses to pass by.
Okay. What do you guys, Durgan, you're hiding in the bushes, and Signe clambers up a tree to hide. What do Caer and Jesus, I can never remember his fake name. What is it?
Erik.
Erik. What do Caer and Erik do?
We're probably honestly standing with Cleo.
Okay.
But trying to like look as inconspicuous as possible.
Okay.
Basically the thought process being, if we hide and then get spotted, that is more suspicious.
Sure.
We're
Man,
probably
I'm a
like
wild
the three
man.
of us are probably the least
And just-
suspecting.
For clarity, Caer, male, female? Presenting, I guess.
It's in this guise, she's kind of like purposefully androgynous, so that
Okay.
when she makes an effort to look like a boy, she does.
Okay.
But I don't think people would immediately be like, here comes the. Like,
But-
it's not that like she's a girl, but if she makes the effort to look like a boy, she can.
Okay, that sounds to me like the lady from Dragon Slayer back in the 1980 whatever the hell, played by Caitlin Clark. If anybody gives a shit,
Boomer,
and that's
Bishop here again.
Motherfucker, have you not seen Dragon Slayer? It's great. It's cool as hell. It's really
It's
good.
great. Oh, so good back in the 90s, which I remember.
So anyway, the people on these horses are old like me. They are notably older than the people in the village you just left. They're probably like late 30s, tops, maybe mid 30s. And I guess they see the three of you ostensibly like three siblings. Do you look like you could be related, or am I just imagining the players plopped into like the world, right?
We actually didn't get the description of them yet.
We
You
didn't.
know, the visual description? This might be a good
Yeah,
time.
we're the two characters who haven't described ourselves yet.
Oh yeah.
Morak is a little lean in figure.
Okay.
She's about like middle height. Like probably if she stands up to her full height, she'd look more like 5'6", but she tries to like diminish herself to hide in things so she doesn't look a full 5'6".
Okay.
She's got, like I said, she got that like shaggy kind of, looks like she cut it herself in a hurry kind of hair. It is dark. She has brown eyes and like Caucasian, but slightly on the tanner side, like very much just like, oh, this is a young peasant child who has worked in the sun kind of vibes.
Okay.
Her brother looks a little more fair than she does. His hair is a little bit lighter. It's long. It's back in a braid. It's like a lighter brown. And he doesn't look quite as like weather worn as she does, but they look distinctly similar.
Okay. And Kay, could Cleo pass as a sibling or what?
Cleo could probably pass as a sibling. Like, I would definitely say, like, Cleo is brown, gets, browner in the sun, tans a little easy, is out working with horses and on the farm, so is probably, like, Yeah, darker, weather worn, you know.
You gave us a picture. Why am I asking that?
That's my question.
What am I doing? Oh my goodness.
I gave you a picture of
You
what
did.
Cleo
I was
Million
like,
looks
I imagine Cleo has like cute little brown freckles. Like, yeah, because you saw, you dipshit.
After that description, I mean, like, yeah, probably. Like, if, like, they could maybe be, like, related.
They pull up and they're like, whoa, they stop their horses and they're looking at you nervously, but like not terribly nervously. And I guess the guy in the front is like, whoa, who goes there?
Hi. You have really pretty horses.
He kind of looks at his horse. He's like, yeah, we do. Thanks. Gives a little pat on the neck.
Would it be okay if I pet your horses?
Sure.
Cleo is going like full horse girl whispering mode right now, and is probably like going up to the horses and being like reaching a tentative hand out, like you know,
The
making
hiccup
sure, like,
toothless
it's okay.
moment.
Yes,
Oh my
absolutely.
God.
Could I have our two hidden characters, Durgan, the 6 foot whatever mountain of a man, and Signe, the man covered in tattoos and face paint, roll secure and advantage separately from each other? Since you're hiding. And I think it's going to be deception, so roll plus shadow.
So I add shadow to the number that I roll?
Yes.
So I
rolled a 7 and a 3. I'm sorry, this is my first roll. So 7 and 3. Then do I add shadow to each of those?
No. You roll your 2d10s. You got a 7 and a 3. Now you roll a d6 plus your shadow to overcome that 7 and 3.
Oh, okay. I did not. I rolled a 3.
Do you have momentum over 7 or 3? You should
I have
have more than 3
over-
momentum.
Yeah,
if
I
you
have
have more than
plus
7,
5
you
right
can
now.
cancel both of them.
But so what happens then if I don't want to burn my momentum?
Then you fail. That's fine. The momentum will stay at whatever it's at. You will have to on a miss, because you didn't beat either your 2d10s with your d6. On a miss, you fail or your assumptions betray you. Pay the price, which is you suffer the outcome of a move. You can choose one. Make the most obvious negative outcome happen, which will probably be they see you, just straight up. Envision 2 negative outcomes. Rate 1 is likely, and then roll on the yes/no table to figure out if it's one or the other. Or you can roll randomly on a table of 100 to have a random result.
I think I got this. But Emmett, did you succeed or fail?
I got a critical success. I succeeded both. I got a 7, and the numbers in the D10 were a 6 and a 4.
Hey, so you on a strong hit, you gain advantage. Choose one. Take control. Make another move now that isn't a progress move, and add +1, or prepare to act. Take +2 momentum.
Is it too meta for me to say that I see that my friend has like done poorly with his check, and I would like to take control to try and like help him stay hidden?
Yes, you're gonna take control and make another move now. I'm gonna have you. If you do that, you'll roll face danger.
Okay, I'll face this danger.
Which could go bad if you re-roll. If you succeed, right? You will hide Pax. You will hide Signe. You'll both be hidden. You'll take +1 momentum, and you'll be safe. Otherwise, it might be bad.
So I think right now you hear the first crack in the branch that I'm standing on that you know is an issue, but maybe everybody else in the forest is just like, oh well, it's forest sounds, but you know what's about to happen.
I think I hear that crack, and I see them kind of like start to take notice. I kind of want to like, as gingerly as I can, take his weight and kind of like take his weight down and just kind of disappear into the woods. So would this be me? I'm gonna roll with my shadow again. Try and shadow for both of us.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Cool. Okay. Okay. So I got 2 5s on the D10, and I rolled a 6. Got a
Hey,
5
okay.
plus 1 on the die.
So take +1 momentum,
Cool.
which should put you even with everybody else, right? You have like 9 or 10 momentum.
I have 5 now.
5? Oh.
I burned mine early, remember?
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, you did. Okay, so you're both hidden. There is a universe. There is an altered timeline where Signe straight up just falls out of a tree right into the path behind
Yeah.
Cleo.
I spring into action. I catch him, and I catch him, and I catch.
Yeah, so you both remain hidden. That's good.
Yeah, so I jump out, I land in your strong arms, and then as I do this, like you pull us back into the bush.
My hero. Cleo, you are petting a nice horse. It's a nice horse. They are very pretty. It almost brings a tear to your eye. So I think when you're done petting the horse, the guy that you whose horse you pet, asks what you're doing out here. Like, what are you doing walking away like so far from like a village, like from civilization? He gives you a warning that it's not safe out here.
We figured that. There was an issue in the village, like not too far away, and they asked for our help, so we're just looking for some.
A village near here?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Points in the vague direction of where it was.
I'm gonna try. I don't know if this game has its equivalent of insight check. But I want to read this guy and see what his tone was towards. There's a village near here. See if perhaps, because you said everyone in this one is a little bit older. See if perhaps any of them look like they might be the parents of said people.
We just like found parental patrol squad.
I think we're gonna roll a gather information. So you search an area, ask questions, conduct an investigation, or follow a track. Roll plus wits.
Plus wits?
Yes.
Why do I keep doing things that are plus wits when my wits are not that great?
How many people are there in the caravan?
I think there's like 4. I don't know if that counts as a caravan, but I'm gonna say it does for this.
Well, and how many horses are there?
There's 4 horses.
And there's 4 of us plus a kid, and so I'm kind of at this point leaning over.
And the Clydesdale is pulling like a cart with like stuff in it.
Yeah, I'm just leaning to Durgan and going, should we get in position to requisition these horses?
I think that's exactly what we need to do right now.
Do I have to roll above, or just meets it, beats it?
Highs always go to the challenge dice. You need to exceed, not equal, the challenge dice to count as a hit.
Damn it. On the D10s, I rolled a 1 and a 7. And I did get a 7, so that is a mixed success.
What are you actually doing? Are you like asking these guys like, what are you asking? What are you doing? Or are you just trying to get a read on them?
I honestly think it's that like, this is the first time they actually look at me, and I'm just like staring intensely at them, and they're like, "This child is unnerving. I don't like this."
Okay. Take +1 momentum for your weak hit. On a weak hit, the information complicates your quest or introduces a new danger. Yeah, these guys are probably looking for the people that left and started a new village. Probably.
General direction.
Oh fuck.
Now, what that means for the other village, who knows?
Morak's not that invested in the other village. She has a moment of like, maybe I would have tried to dissemble, but there's no point now.
Michael Jordan, fuck them kids. .jpg.
Yeah, fuck them kids.
Okay, so there's that. You have this. They thank you for giving them directions. They advise you not in harsh words. They generally seem concerned for your well-being. They say you probably should get back to somewhere safe because it's not safe to be out here on these trails. There's
And
things in the woods here that are not safe.
Kay, you had something?
So we talked about, the horses are so pretty, and Cleo is like distracted as all hell, I'm sure. What are like the riders and stuff? Like, so the Clydesdale's pulling a cart, but like, are the people also like as well dressed as like they are showing like care for their horses? Like, if their horses are like really nice, I'm gonna assume that
Yeah, they
they
look
are
like they take
also,
care of
like-
themselves. They're clean. They seem well fed. They're physically like fit. They look like if you fought them, they would probably give you a hard time.
Oh, right.
Each one of them has a spear. I think one of them has like a bow slung over his shoulder. They look like they're well taken care of. These are not like they don't look like
But they're not, like-
scavengers or something.
What I'm getting at too is that like they're not like wearing insignias or whatever. Like, they don't look like militia.
No. Out where you are, you don't have to worry about militia. When we
has. Oh, keep
I'm sorry. I just wanted to clarify. When in session 0, when we talked about that militia or whatever, that's down in the Havens. That's way to the southeast of where you are. You guys are in the hinterlands, or the hinterlands up north.
Morak has a little thought, and not sure how well this will work because we just had this intense child is disturbing moment.
Yeah, he does seem like a nerve. The guy in the lead that was just talking to Cleo. I keep wanting to say Chloe. Cleo. Yeah, he like, you can tell he's like a little weirded out.
She kind of attempts to do like a switch in body language and says, "Sir, you are right. It is very dangerous out here, and we are but 3 young travelers, and we ran into some trouble and seem to be low on supplies. Is there anything that you have in there that you could possibly lend to us to help us on our journey?"
So that sounds like a compel.
at this point, Durgan and Signe are on the other side of the road, and I think we're like both in a tree, getting ready to like pounce.
We're ready to strike.
We're making like, as we hear you say this, we're making eye contact with the both of you. Like, you're seeing us, but we're on the other side, and we're kind of like.
As you give baseball signs to each other,
like attempting to do like a no, but hide it as like a neck scratch.
when you attempt to persuade someone to do something, envision your approach and roll. If you charm, pacify, barter, or convince, which I think you are, roll plus heart.
Give him a speech.
Oh man, it is a good thing I was rolling plus heart. So I rolled 2 8s on the d10s. I rolled a 6 plus 3.
We have a fun thing that just happened. You got matching numbers on your d10s?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, matches.
Mario Party?
There's a plot twist. When you roll for a move, you should be on the lookout for a match on the challenge dice. In cooperative and solo play, this is your trigger to add a twist, create new complications, blah 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 blah. If you're unsure, ask the Oracle. We're not doing that. If you're playing with a GM, that's me. A match on the challenge dice can be their prompt, my prompt, to introduce a surprising turn of events. The outcome of a match should be evaluated based on the result of your move. On a strong hit, the match should represent a twist in the narrative, something is interesting, or a new opportunity. So, what do we think is the twist?
I'm not sure what the twist is, but I think with this like her highest score being like heart and talking to people, it's mostly based in her family. I think that there's like this weird change in her demeanor where you like see her because she thinks that she knows who these people are. It's kind of like when I go into religious settings and say stuff like, I bring out the lingo that only a Christian would use. That
You
if you're not a Christian, you don't recognize it as inherently Christian. But if you are a Christian, you're like, oh, that person's a believer. Saying things like a believer instead of Christian, stuff like that.
Okay.
I think she just kind of slips into that a little bit.
Is this the stuff from like your aunt?
From my aunt, not my mom.
Okay. So this
From,
is like old school.
This is like Iron Priest stuff.
Yes,
this is like
okay.
the people who try to take my brother, like the thing I was running away from.
Yep.
Like, I know how to speak to these people. I spent 4 years pretending to be one of them and pretending not to hate it. So just into like that vibe. And it's Cleo, it's probably a little jarring.
Okay, so yeah, definitely. This guy goes for it. He's like, "Oh yeah, of course. Like we can't just leave you out here like with nothing." So he rides his horse back to the cart, and he pulls off like whatever the covering is on the cart, and you see in the back of this cart they've laid out like a bunch of spears, well made. They've got a bunch of bows and like arrows and stuff, and they have what looks to be like dried food, like salted meats and stuff like that. For Caer and Cleo, you both can take your supplies back up to full. Caer, you can pick either Signe or Durgan to get an extra supply that your brother gives to them. I can't give you more than 5 supply, but they're going to give you supplies for your brother, who, because he's an asset, mechanically, he's going to share your supply. So whatever they would give him, you're going to pick one or the other to give to them when your group reconvenes.
Odds is Durgan, evens is Signe. Durgan.
Yes.
Okay. So your brother's holding on to Durgan's stuff right now.
Wait, hold on. Can we play this kind of like we're about to like lunge forward and go anyway, and then I see you like doing your thing. I'm like, no. Let him do it. I think we might be able to do this without force, kind of a thing. We can build some trust. We make eye contact. Like,
okay, so your supplies are refreshed. I think if you don't have anything more to say to these people, they will wish you well, and advise you to quickly return somewhere safe.
And also with you. Mm-hmm.
Amen.
And with your spirit.
And with your spirit. He is risen indeed. Thank you.
all right, we reconvene.
Yeah, once they ride off around the bend in the trail, it's safe for you guys to all get back together.
I think Cleo would probably like pull out like a piece of paper that's all crumpled up from her pocket and like is just making tally marks
For the horses.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I've met 4.
Oh, that's good. That's great. Okay.
You get their names.
Durgan, you can refill your supply.
I did.
Okay, good. And then now what? Are you going to continue on your journey?
Yeah, I would say so.
As I see you mark down 4, Cleo, I'm going to go, I have great taste. 4 more victims for later. You notice there were 4 people there. And to not forget, you've marked them.
Oh my god, is Signe doing a census? Is
Murder
Signe, like,
census?
tracking is Signe tracking population this is how many people I have to kill?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Eventually we will come back
what
to
a
this
fucking
island.
psychopath. Okay.
Yeah, we will die or be died.
Yeah,
Sorry, died.
Signe pulls out a piece of paper, and on one side it's got us and one line in it, and then them on the other side, and it's like 30 people.
Yeah, I have like an approximate age breakdown in like the them section and like location and description.
I look to see if our names are on the them side.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, of course. Yes, you are there. But I have put in
What?
You're the last on the list, guys. But
Oh my! What a great honor!
So I meant that as a joke. Is that canon now?
yes, that was where I was going. With, yes.
If that's canon, Signe, I think on the us side, there's 3 other names besides your name that have been crossed out.
Yes, unfortunate. There's actually the crew of the ship I came on here, and they are all crossed out or have question mark next to them.
Are they? Did you kill them, or did they just die?
Well, in a sense, they did die under my leadership, so in a sense, yes, I am responsible for their meaningless deaths.
Does this world have the equivalent of a therapist?
Well,
No.
the deaths will
No,
gain me.
The Iron Priest.
The deaths will gain meaning through honor and the blood I spill here. But if I die meaningless death, then I have failed and will go into the Shadowlands, and my soul will be eaten by the Great Night Mother, as it is honor for my family.
You know, the thing I really like about Signe is his sunny disposition. He's
Yes. And so, again, to be clear, it is a us versus them situation. That said, if you all would like to take an oath, you can go from here to here, as I point from them to us.
Right. How about we sit on that one?
The last, we have an alliance right now.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know if it's explicit that like that's the kill list. It's just us them.
I think we know.
We think we get
I
it.
think you know.
We think we get it.
But
Well, the thing is, can we have a momentary? Can I have a moment of kind of explaining how I think the party came to me?
Sure.
yes, absolutely.
All right. So, yeah, I kind of sit down on a log and I say, listen, it is my recollection that first time we meet, you find me trapped and bound and set to be murdered. Yeah? In that village.
Right.
Yeah,
And I
that
was
one.
very grateful that all the guys in that village seemed so heinously evil because of their other crimes that you thought I was a good guy. What I had done is I challenged leader of the village, that circle, to one-on-one combat. I lost immediately. I was completely fucked. I was so fucked. I was not ready for the strange weapons of this land. And so I'm grateful that your path led you to, burn the vampiric, pedophilic, dark sorcerers. I don't know if that's what they did, but for whatever reason in that village. And happy to be on your side now. Happy that day was not my fated day of death.
Us too.
I just like lean into Cleo. So there were like definitely survivors from that village, yeah?
I hope. Yeah.
I'm not so sure if I hope. So that's someone else I need to write down as after me, right?
I know at first I tell you I was captured because they found me helping forest creatures that were injured back to life, and because of my good heart. That was not true. That was not true. He tried to murder the main guy, and I failed. I just thought I should come out with this now.
Erik looks heartbroken.
Durgan looks heartbroken. Durgan's shattered.
Guys, why are you so in such sad mood?
Did you not realize that he was lying?
I really feel taken for a ride.
I'm very good at lying. For instance, did you know I am very tall?
You're like middling tall.
Right, but you believed me for a second there because of how good that I was at lying, yeah?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. I apologize. I know I'm only person in group with things to hide. I know the rest of you are being completely honest with your life and real names and things like that. It's not like one of you is playing someone who has an alter ego name and a kid who also has two names.
You're right.
I gotta be honest, it's really fucking hard to keep track of which one's the real one and which one's the fake name. It's really bad.
Just know them as Caer and Erik right now.
Caer and Erik.
Don't know
Can I
the other ones.
Can I combine them to Erik when
Erik.
I'm referring
Erik.
to both of you?
Yeah.
I think you've been doing that. At first, I used to fight it, but I just sort of gave in after a while.
It is your land's strange names that are very difficult to wrap my skull around.
What is your full name again?
Well, the name is Signe Hafta Jargen Bergen Schlargen Signeson. Wait, no, Runeson. Wait, what is my fucking name? As you notice, I have a pretty big gash in the side of my head that is still healing from the battle at the village. And I'm going, I feel as if that wasn't accurate. Let me do some thinking and get back to you. And let me get back to you, my friend, Erik.
Okay, so we're way more ill-equipped to be out here than I thought. Oh man. Oh
You
no.
thought he was able to like connect with the animals.
Oh, I thought you meant because you're accompanied by a man who wants to murder everybody in the
Both.
Ironlands.
Oh, both.
At this point, I'm turning and I'm going, listen, Durgan, I am completely good to go. There is going to be no way this backfires on us. And as I say this, you notice I'm directly facing a nearby tree and looking up at it. And then I turn to my left and I see, oh, that's Durgan, and I turn and I go, ha! Another one of my classic jokes.
I'm blown away.
Your japery astounds us all.
Thank
So
you
she
very
starts
much,
walking.
Erik.
I'm following.
The thing about having a gaping head wound is it just lets all the thoughts kind of dump out.
Yes.
So, as a party, you have two options. You have 3 progress on your journey. You can either undertake the journey roll to fill your progress bar more, or if you're feeling froggy, I don't recommend this, but you can roll to reach your destination, which is you roll the challenge dice and compare it to how many progress boxes you have filled out. Now, because you only have 3 progress, that means you have to roll less than 3 on both dice, so I don't recommend doing that. So you want to, I would say, roll another undertake the journey, fill that meter up, and try to get it as high as you can.
Okay.
All right, let's take this journey.
So whoever's in the lead, you're gonna roll plus wits.
Is undertake a journey like a group roll? Like anyone can roll for the group?
Yeah, I'm saying one of you is gonna lead the group. And then
So would my thing from Wayfinder still apply even if I'm not the one rolling?
Yeah, what do you got going on? Let me open this up.
On a strong hit, we gain +1 to momentum.
Yeah, take +1 momentum on a strong hit. If you burn momentum to improve your result, also take +1 after you reset. So if you burn momentum on undertake a journey, you go back to 3, not 2.
Right. So if anyone rolls, that applies, or just me?
That's if you're leading the party. I'm having you do the roll.
So I will continue to lead the party,
Okay.
despite my wit score being mediocre at best.
Because I have a horse companion, I also get +1 to undertake journey.
I forgot you had a horse. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right.
It's okay. His name is Stan.
Dan! What you
Stan or Dan?
Stan.
Oh, Stan.
Stan. S-T-A-N.
So,
Stan.
bad news. I rolled under on both my die.
Mm-hmm.
Worse news. It's a double 8 again.
Bad plot twist. Bad twist.
Oh, guys, it makes so much sense for me to lead. I'm just the best at leading in the group.
So these dice are going in my dice. Oh, my dice coffin's in the other room.
Dice jail. On a miss, you are waylaid by a perilous event. Pay the price.
A perilous event? Okay.
Perilous event, and it's
In
double 8.
combination with double numbers.
Envision 2 negative outcomes. Make the most obvious negative outcome happen. Roll on the following table. Ooh, I'm gonna do a random roll. I'm gonna randomly
Bigfoot
roll.
shows up to fuck us up.
D100. So roll D100. 45. What is that? Pay the price. 45 is a new danger or foe is revealed.
Oh, shit.
Oh boy. Oh dear. So I gotta whip up the list of things. As you go on down the trail, I think you see where like this footpath or whatever intersects a game trail, and you start following that game trail. And you notice, I think Cleo notices first because this is in her wheelhouse. Some prints that look like cloven hooves. Oh, I'm sorry, no, not cloven, regular hooves. Not cloven.
Horses don't have cloven hooves.
Not cloven.
That would be a fucked up horse.
No, not cloven. But also accompanying those hoof prints are like ovular depressions as well, like 4 of them in a row, and then one sort of perpendicular or off at an angle in the mud. And you hear like some weird snorting in the bush off to your side. I think you don't have initiative. I think you get attacked, you get blindsided. So
Sorry,
when your
guys.
foe has initiative and you fight with them in close quarters, roll plus iron. When you exchange a volley at range, shoot an advancing foe, roll plus edge. So Kay notices these footprints. You hear a snorting off to the side, and because Caer is in the lead, Caer is attacked.
No, Caer!
Cleo, wow, this is a weird looking horse. This is
I
not the
did
horses
say-
you've just seen before.
I did say horse and horse-like creatures.
You did.
Not like the other horsies.
It takes you a moment to realize what the hell this is while it starts going in on Caer. It's got like the rear legs of a horse and generally like the body shape of a horse, but the front limbs are not horse limbs. They've got like these big like human hands instead of like hooves, and it's like grabbed onto Caer, and instead of like a horse's mouth, have you seen those photoshops where they take a horse and they put like a dog mouth on it?
Or like human teeth.
No, like dogs, like a dog's mouth. Dog mouth horse. It's like a Photoshop thing, and it's fucked up. I hate it, but it's really good for this.
Hate it? No.
Wow.
Have you happened to find it just now?
Yes, I just googled dogmouth horse, and it's not pleasant.
Gross. Yo,
This is
Yeah, if you just Google dogmouth horse, there's one that in particular that I'm looking at that's like a black horse.
Yep. I see it. I'm
Yeah.
upset.
That's what it looks like.
These are so cool.
They're cool as hell, but one has me in its human hands.
And it's like going to like chomp on you.
Oh.
So
It's giving me like Nakalavi vibe, but yes.
I need for Caer to roll plus iron.
God, these things are haunting.
This is so neat. Like at first when Cleo sees Caer being attacked, the first thought is probably like, holy crap, those are really cool. And then switches to like, oh wait, shit, my friend.
So I rolled a 1 on my d6, but I have plus 2s. It's a 3. I did roll a 2 on one of my d10, thank God. So I have a mixed success. The other one is another fucking 8.
Big bar.
So you have a weak hit.
Weak hit.
So you inflict your harm, but then pay the price. Your foe has initiative. 2 progress per harm inflicts 2 harm. So we're gonna say 2 progress
On the journey?
on your harm against this creature. So this
Oh, on
creature
my harm
also
against
this creature also has a progress bar of 10. When you do, because of its rank, you do 2 progress per harm. So every time you inflict harm, you have to inflict harm on it 5 times to get a full progress bar, and then you can just end the fight whenever you want. So the challenge here is you want to fill this progress bar to a level where you think you can end the fight, but every time you try to fill that progress bar, you risk taking harm as well.
It was a mixed success, so I took harm, right?
On a weak hit, you inflict harm, but then you pay the price. I think the most obvious negative outcome happened. Yeah, I think you are going to take 2 harm. I think that's just the most obvious thing. It's just going to chomp down on your shoulder.
Oh.
Your brother is fucking losing it.
I take that away from my health, right?
Yes. Yep, you take your health down too.
So I'm only at plus 3.
He has initiative, and I think what this thing does is it notices the rest of the group, and it's gonna throw you at whoever's closest. Which one? Or I think it's gonna throw you at Durgan.
I want to catch her. I'm going to catch her. I'm going to throw her back.
I think that's a phase danger. I think your
Yeah.
attempt. Yeah, that's a risky.
I think
act.
that's definitely a face changer. Hold on. I think I actually might have something with before this. Yeah, I have skirmisher. So when you do a face danger by holding a foe at bay, you roll an iron or edge check. If you score a hit, you may either iron strike or clash, and then add 1 to that. or you can take an edge, or you could do the edge version. You can take 1 momentum. Does that sound like something I could do when I face danger?
It's skirmisher. You said when
Yeah,
you
it's called
wield a
skirmisher.
spear, when you face
Oh.
skirmisher, hold on, using your spear's reach.
Emily, would you categorize your character as a spear?
No, absolutely
Okay.
not.
Could like shoot and like use that as a dart and like.
So I think it's just roll a face danger right now,
Sure.
and see if you can catch Jesus Caer.
Can I use my
And
my
I think
iron?
I think it's gonna be probably plus iron.
Tight. That's sick. That's also sick. We got a 4 and a 5 on the d10s coming out on the board. And then we got a 6 plus 3 being a 9, which is cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to catch him. Huh?
I'm gonna say take +1 momentum, and you successfully keep Caer from like stumbling and falling in the mud and also knocking you over or like inconveniencing you. I guess you have initiative. You what do you want to do?
I want to try and engage. I want to engage this creature with my spear and my shield.
Do you? So you have options, right? Because you have skirmisher and shield bearer, right? You can hold the foe at bay using spear's reach, or you can use your shield bearer to also roll face danger. You will get +1 on your roll for that. Or if you want to use combat move, I keep clicking that button and it doesn't do me any good. Combat moves, if you want to, let's see. You're not entering the fray because the foe's already had all this stuff been determined. You can strike, you can attack in close quarters with plus iron. You can inflict 1 harm and retain initiative, which I think I'm going to say the initiative is for the group. So somebody else will have a turn to take an action, but it's up to you. You can either like try to pin this thing down using your shield and spear, or you can like try to inflict harm on it.
I think I want to try and use my ability so I can keep initiative for the group, and I think I want to try and control this thing so no one else, it can't hurt anyone else, so I can get Caer out of danger. So I think I'm going to try and hold this thing at bay with my spear and try and block it from moving. Would you categorize that as a face danger check?
Yes, either way, it's a face danger. It's just a matter of what kind of action you're taking, right?
Gotcha.
You're either using your shield to protect yourself while you try to pin this down, or you're using the tip of your spear to like, I don't know, put it up against a tree or something, and you're setting it up for somebody else to.
Yeah, I'm trying to stab out one of its lanky horse legs with that fucking spear and just give it a femur bust. You know, just blast its femur out.
Specifically on your skirmisher with the spear.
Yeah.
On a hit, you may use your strike combat move or the clash combat move. Or as opposed to your other one's only clash. So I would say use your spear. Use your spear because you have initiative.
Right. Thank you.
So roll plus iron roll plus iron.
Gotcha. So we got a 6 coming out and a 6 coming out on the D10. And we got a 6 on the die plus 3 for iron, so that's 9.
And also a twist.
And also, so that's a big hit, and then I get to strike him, right? But there's also a plot twist?
So, yes, because you got a hit, you may use the combat move strike. And add +1 to your strike.
Cool.
Which is going to be your plus iron again.
Okay. 3 on the die. And a 9 on the die, so not amazing. Holy shit! But wait, if it matches, it doesn't go through. Shit.
You can burn You can burn momentum.
I don't know if I have enough of momentum to get that one though.
If your momentum matches the die, you can cancel it.
Oh, but it doesn't. I only have +6. That's a 9 that I would have to take care of.
So you have a weak. If you beat 1 out of the 2 dice, you inflict your harm and lose initiative. I'm going to say because of the twist, you don't lose initiative.
Oh shit!
You retain your initiative.
Can I say that I go in for a cut, he comes in to get me, and I get my shield up just in time to bounce back to the group.
Yes. Yep.
Oh!
So this thing is at 4 progress out of 10. For clarity, when you think you have enough progress on this thing, you can roll to end the fight. You make a move to take decisive action. On a strong hit, the foe is no longer in the fight. They are killed out of action, flee, or surrender. On a weak hit, you win, but you also have to choose to endure harm, endure stress. A new danger or foe appears, or an existing danger worsens. You suffer collateral damage. You'll pay for it. Like an objective falls out of reach, or others won't forget you are marked for vengeance. So there's a couple things. When you think you have enough that you can roll 2d10 and still have higher progress in those d10s, that's the move you want to make.
All right.
What progress is the creature at right now?
4. So somebody else make a move other than Durgan and Caer.
I'm gonna turn to Cleo and go, Horsewoman, do you think you could subjugate it?
Do I have anything that could subjugate it? I do also have the skirmisher talent.
Hey, skirmisher pals! Do you have a spear?
Yeah! Yeah!
Let's fucking
We got a
go!
spear called Jab.
Let's go! Let's get it, man! Let's do it!
Just for funsies, are you on horseback? Are you fighting this weird horse monster with human hands and a dog mouth?
Oh, yeah, I like when I see the danger and stuff's happening, Stan knows right away to come to my side. I do a whole Legolas getting back up on the horse type move, and we've got our spear out, and we're like, all right, time to hit something.
Okie dokie. So you're going to roll plus iron.
So we have 2 4s on the D10, and a 5 plus 1 is 6.
Oh, Spear Brothers!
Okay. So if you score a hit, you can use the strike combat move, which that's the same thing we just did.
Yeah.
You're going to roll another plus iron. So yeah, you roll up on this thing with your spear, and I think we get a shot from like your POV of you like riding up, one hand's on the is it bridle? Is that the word I'm looking for? The thing that okay. And your spear, you're like, we can see the spear in frame, and this thing like comes up and like wraps its arms around your horse's neck, and like its fingers are in the mane, and it's like trying to like come up the side and like bite at you. So you're gonna try to jab your spear at it.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I got a 3 and a 7 on the D10s, and then I got a 6 plus 1 is 7.
So you beat the 1 dice.
I beat the 1 dice.
Yeah. Do you want to burn momentum?
Yeah, YOLO. Let's burn momentum.
Burn it.
Okay. So
if my momentum is at 9, does it still go back to plus 2?
yes, every time it resets back to plus 2, unless you have that skill, the asset that Emily's character has, where it goes to plus 3.
No.
So you're gonna burn momentum. You have a full success instead of a mixed. On a strong hit, inflict plus 1 harm, and you retain initiative. So this thing is now at 6 out of 10 progress. I think you get it like in the where like I don't know. Do horses have like clavicles? How's that anatomy work? You get it at like the base of the neck.
Yeah.
With your spear.
They got it.
And it it lets out a yelp like a dog, and it lets go of your horse and rolls off to the side, and like it scrambles back to its feet. So it's on like its palms and its horse hooves, and it's like snarling. You have the initiative, so now it is Signe's turn.
Signe.
Oh my gosh!
Finish
it, Signe!
What? Yeah. How many points are like in it now? The progress
6. So if you want to roll to finish the fight, you have to roll 2d10, and the results have to be less than 6.
There is no way that could fail, man. Less than 6? That sounds like 100%. Let's see. What are the actual odds of that? That's like not great.
No, that's not. No, not great. It's not. But if you want, you can go for it. Like,
if you want, you can YOLO.
I'm not going to tell you how to play your character.
No. Instead,
it's just it can go bad if you fuck up. That's all.
We are a team now, so I am going to instead face danger, secure an advantage. Or do I just need to strike in battle?
Let's look at your assets for a second.
Yeah, I'm looking at Thunderbringer.
When you face danger, secure an advantage or compel. So I'm going to open up the adventure moves handout. You have to attempt something risky or react to an imminent threat. So I guess you could go in on this thing. You could distract it, try to hold it down, try to like take like a risky action.
Those are both adventure moves, and I'm in combat right now.
You can use them, but yeah, I mean, yeah. I think ideally, what the move is to make is to just strike.
Yeah. So who has initiative? Do I have initiative now? Is that what that means?
As a party, you have initiative, but we're moving through the group. Yeah. If this thing had initiative, you would have to roll clash because it would be attacking somebody in the party. But you're attacking it, and you have advantage, so you get to roll strike instead.
Oh, okay.
The results
All
of
right.
that are better for you to roll strike.
Yeah, I'm going to roll that. So I'm going to do a strike at Shino. I'm going to take out my warhammer, and I lied about the axe earlier.
What?
It's a war.
Are you Julia Blackwood?
Another one of my patented lies.
Good joke. It's a hammer, and I
It's
said
a-
it was an axe.
Got you. Pranked. It's a prank, bro. So I'm gonna roll the d10 twice. A 4 and a 3. That's impossible to lose. Lil Uzi Vert says, "Money keep coming in. I can't lose."
Sure. Roll that d6 and add plus iron and see what you got.
My iron is +2, so there's money keep coming in. I rolled 1. Double failed. Yeah.
So on a miss, your attack you can burn momentum if you want. If you burn momentum, that your momentum resets to 2, and you get a full success because your momentum is higher than 3 or 4, whatever the fuck your numbers were.
Yeah, just because otherwise I think I would be like hitting Cleo's horse instead. I would like get confused and like warhammer that horse, and I don't want to do that to Cleo right now. So I'm going to burn. I'm going to burn it.
Okay.
Go back to 2.
Yep.
And I bring my mighty warhammer down, and I am initially swinging at Cleo's horse, but Cleo gets out of the way, and instead the momentum lets me go full whirlwind attack as I do some footwork, get close to the dogmouth horse, and I want to kind of like crack it underneath its skull.
So yeah, you clobber this thing, and you hear this like this sickening crunch as your hammer makes contact, boom, and it yelps, and you can see like half of the jaw is like hanging like unhinged.
Fuck yeah.
It looks very nervous now.
And then I just end by yelling at it, just like, ah!
It's very scared, and it's very
Fuck
wounded. Yeah. And you still have initiative. Who wants to... It's at 8 progress out of 10. So you could... I mean, if you feel confident, somebody can roll to finish the fight. Or if somebody wants to attack it one more time and make sure you get to 10 and then roll.
Can I attack it one more time?
Yeah.
I would like to attack it one more time. I'm just, after seeing Signe so fiercely crack that thing a new one, I am like, yo, we're all double teaming, triple teaming, like we're getting this shit done.
All about
and like
killing
I am
horses.
just so inspired by this performance.
So it has tumbled off the side of your horse because you stabbed it. Signe runs up, golf swings it in the head. Its head rolls around. Its jaw is disjointed, and then you follow up. You like turn your horse back around and come back again and try to spear it again. So
let
you're
me
gonna roll.
see how we got. Okay, we got a 0 and we got a 4.
No, that's a 10. That is not a
that's
0.
a
That
10.
is
Just kidding. Oopsie poopsies. Oh shit. Okay, so we have.
To be clear,
a 10.
are you using strike or are you using your skirmisher? asset.
Is strike not part of skirmisher?
There are two different roles. Your skirmisher is if you wield a spear when you face danger by holding a foe at bay using your spear's reach. Roll plus iron. If you score a hit, you can then follow up with a strike.
Oh, okay.
And when you do that, you add +1 to your strike roll. So it's like a setup for your strike. I don't know if you're doing that the right way, but that's what happens.
Okay.
So if you're just on your horse and you're like poking at this thing to get it to back up and hold it at bay, then you can take a moment to strike with a +1.
Oh, okay.
Is that or would you like to just go straight for the strike and see if you can get 2 progress?
I want to go straight for the strike.
Okay. So roll your plus iron against 2d10.
Okay. Should I re-roll or just keep it?
No, just keep it. So what did you get?
Okay. So I got a 10 and a 4.
Yep.
And then I rolled a 5 plus my.
That's fine. You're not gonna get higher than a 10. Yeah. No. And even if you got a 10, it would be a match. It wouldn't matter. So you get a weak hit. Inflict your harm. So you have a full progress bar. You lose initiative. So this thing is going to attack somebody. And I think because you're right there, it's going to attack you. It's going to try to take you off your horse before it runs off. It's going to try to tackle you off the horse.
Can I defend him with my shield bearer?
Yeah, I also have shield bearer.
You've lost initiative.
Dang it, okay.
Do you think story-wise that you missed because it was a horse and there was a moment of regret there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Can I attempt to turn the tide?
Once per fight, when you risk it all, you may steal initiative from your foe to make a move. When you do, add +1 and take +1 on a hit. If you fail to score a hit, you must suffer dire outcome.
I'm okay with that.
You can try. So yeah, this thing gets up and it looks like it's gonna lunge for Cleo, and then in comes running Caer. So you can face danger with your shield bearer trait or asset, and you're gonna add +1 from your shield bearer, and also add +1 from turn the tide. So you're gonna add +2. It looks like.
Right, so I'm going to do Clash, which adds Edge, which I only have 1, but then I have +1 from Shield Bearer and +1 from this.
Shield Bearer only works when you face danger.
No, there was something with Clash. When you clash in close quarters, take +1 momentum on a strong hit.
Where's this?
If you wield a shield, when you face danger using your shield as cover, add +1. When you clash in close quarters, take +1 momentum on a strong hit. So actually, that's not either way.
You're gonna take +1 only.
Only on a strong hit.
No, I'm sorry.
And,
when you clash in close quarters, you take +1 momentum on a strong hit. But for turn the tide, you take +1.
So that's a +2. That is still a meet it. It is still a failure.
A full failure?
A full failure.
Pay the price.
Can't wait to roll a new character next week, guys.
Make the most obvious negative outcome happen.
Playing as Erik.
So you're going to take 2 more harm. As you get in the way, you try to get your shield up in the way, and this thing, instead of lunging up at Cleo and knocking her off the horse, instead it lunges up and goes up over the top of your shield and like lands on top of you, and you just like get crushed under its weight as it tries to bite at you again. So take two harm. I think you're down to 1, right? Yeah, it's not.
What
great.
happens when we reach 0?
Figure that out when we get there. Give me.
Cool.
Give me that. I think it still has initiative. Is that correct?
How does it still have initiative? What?
Let me see.
Because
It hasn't gotten to go yet.
The turn the tide roll failed.
Oh, the timer fell.
I totally failed. I just beefed it super fucking hard.
But the progress bar is like full on this thing, so like the next person to go could.
The most obvious outcome is that I think if this thing's it's going to clash again. So, Caer, please roll 1 more clash.
one more clash. That's plus edge.
Roll plus iron.
Oh wait, fuck, shit, no, none of that happens.
No,
I burn my
plus
momentum
iron
for a
because you're in
strong
close
hit.
quarters.
None of that happens. I burn my momentum for a strong hit.
That's yeah, you got the momentum sort of.
I have plus 7 momentum. I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Wait. Hold on. What? Everybody talk at the same time.
I forgot about burning momentum. So actually, as it looks like Caer is about to be absolutely stomped on, I burned momentum and I rolled a 5 and a 6 and my momentum was 7. So that means that it's a strong hit, which also means that I gain plus 1 momentum, so my momentum actually goes down to 3, not 2.
Love that for you, bestie.
That could have been very bad.
So, on a strong hit, inflict your harm and choose one. You have the initiative. So, you can, because of Clash, you have the initiative. Select one. You can bolster your position and take plus 1 momentum, so you go up to 3, right? You're not going to inflict any more harm because it's at a full bar.
Does that mean that I go up to 4 if the move that I used was Clash?
Momentum, or you have the initiative now.
Yep.
Take another plus 1 momentum because you hit on Turn the Tide as well.
So 4.
So you're at 4 momentum.
So we have initiative.
So now the group has initiative. Somebody can end the fight. Who would like to do so?
What's the roll?
Yeah, this thing leaps up at Cleo on her horse. Caer runs in, gets the shield in the way. This thing lands, and it's its fingers curl up over the top of your shield, and its hooves are on the bottom of the shield. And I think you just do a pivot and a turn and toss it, and it lands on its side, scrambling in the mud.
Mm. Can I offer this chance to Cleo, because this is the big are you gonna murder a horse time?
After seeing this weird horse-like creature trying to go for a friend, the thought process has turned a little. Of horse and horse-like creatures, okay, but this one is hostile, and that's not as okay. And,
you've met it now.
Fun, frolicky. I have met it, so he's gonna get a tally. He's gonna get a tally. Yeah. Cleo wants to finish this thing for sure. We have on the D10s, we have a 5 and a 1. Love that.
So we're gonna roll end the fight.
Okay.
When you make a move to take decisive action, you rolled a 5 and a 1. So okay, this thing has 10 progress. That 10 progress is greater than the 5 and the 1. When you resolve the outcome of the fight, roll the challenge dice and compare to your progress. You have more than enough. Momentum is ignored on this roll. On a strong hit, which we have, the foe is no longer in the fight. They are killed, out of action, flee, or surrender as appropriate to the situation and your intent. Cleo, is your intent to kill this animal?
Cleo is going to do a move where she jumps off her horse to stab the thing in the neck.
Fuck.
So you're killing this thing. Okay, yeah, it's dead. You stab it in the neck. It lets out a yelp that turns into a gurgle, and as it's scrambling in the mud to grab at the spear that you're holding in, its grip loosens and it lets go and it goes limp. Congratulations!
Cool.
You have murdered.
Oh my god.
Okay.
We murdered.
I cough up blood.
Heck yeah, let's get our energy up, y'all. Fucking Ironsworn, we're having such a good time. We're learning the rules. We're killing horses. It's what we set out to do. Yeah!
The hinterlands region of the Ironlands are defined by the dense forests nestled against rugged terrain. Isolated Ironlander settlements in this region serve primarily as bases for hunters and trappers, but a few farmers do the best they can with the rocky soil. In the wilderness between settlements, there are plenty of places for danger to lurk. Sometimes the danger is a menhunderjor. Sometimes it's a band of Varub howling war songs. And sometimes danger hides in the depths of the caves that dot the hillsides. You found a village, somebody's murdered. You found out you had to go down this trail to find a cave because you think that was tied in with the murder in this village, where the guy looked like a lasagna with teeth, and his brother said they were hunters, and he found a cave. So you went out on the trail. You ran into a caravan, quote unquote. There was 4 men on 4 horses. One of them was pulling a wagon. They took pity on the 2 women and a child and resupplied you, except for they didn't give you enough for all 4 members of the party because 2 of you were hidden. You think they potentially may be looking for the village. It was full of young people who are renegating against, or rebelling, I guess, against their parents' religious beliefs and started a new town, blah, 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 blah. You walked down a game trail that you found that you think may be the direction you need to go, and were attacked by a horse with human hands and a dog mouth, which you promptly murdered to shit real quick. But not before Caer took some damage from a big old bite in the shoulder. So now you're here. What would you like to do? Okay, Cleo, you wanted a trophy?
Yes, please.
Okay. Did you mark your book that you met another horse-like creature?
I did.
Okay.
So taking that crumpled sheet of paper out, 1 tally. But it's like in a separate side. So 1 for horses, like dead ass horses, and then the other for like the horse-like. Similar to the us versus them.
We are kindred spirits.
So you take a trophy. Yeah, 100%. While you're doing that, would anybody else like to do anything?
Yeah, I'm getting down on my. I'm kind of crouching down on the opposite side of the horse as Cleo's taking the trophy, and I'm just flabbergasted, fucking slackjawed. I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, Signe, this is you've never seen or heard of a thing like this in your life. These things do not exist in the old world where you're from. No spoilers.
What is this? Cleo, explain.
Out of character, I wouldn't like. Have we ever come across something like this? Like, obviously, it's horse-like, but
I mean, I guess you tell me. Is this a thing you've ever?
Okay. This is also my first time seeing this. It looks like a horse. Can I note, like, do the hands look like the prints that we saw in the village?
No, these are much bigger, and it's a full 5 fingers.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. These look like
what?
These look like big, like people hands, maybe. Maybe the
that gif of the deer that's like
the fingers are exactly.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
that.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, gross. I love that.
It's that deer cartoon where he takes the hooves off and he's got hands underneath. But they're like big, like very broad, supportive hands. Yeah.
I would like to. I am going to take on a new vow, because from this point on, I vow to kill every fucking one of these I see.
Are you swearing an iron vow?
I swear an iron vow on the church of my mother Rune that if I ever see one of these things again, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. It has hands and a dog mouth.
So is this the thing that killed the guy?
No,
it seems unlikely.
We don't know that. It could have just tucked its thumb into this.
It wasn't the thumb that was
hands.
missing from the prints. It was one of the phalanges up here.
Other digits. Oh my God.
Well, it could have gone like this then. We need to bring this back to the village because we found the perpetrator. Is this the elephant you were looking for?
I mean, you could also.
I've also never seen an elephant.
Cold Tusk would never go down that easy.
If you really wish to make this an iron vow,
yes.
you want to kill all these fucking
Yes.
things when you
Yes.
find them. Write your vow on your character sheet.
Yes.
Give it a rank. I think that's a pretty high rank. I think that's extreme.
I will call that extreme.
At least.
Can I have one mark down?
Hold on a second. Roll plus heart. So a d6 plus heart versus 2d10.
Yo, okay, that is a 6 plus 3 hearts, so 9.
Yep.
And then let's say a 10 and a 4.
Okay, so a weak hit. You are determined, but begin your quest with more questions than answers. Take plus
You're
one
fucking goddamn right.
Take plus 1 momentum and envision what you need to do to find a path forward. So you take a momentum for swearing a vow. And this is a thing that I guess is now on your list of things to do. What do you have to do from now on is like when you go places, you can ask around for information. When you find places that have information, you'll mark progress on this vow.
Okay.
That you're gonna make milestones out of tracking these things down and hunting them. And then when you think you have enough, you're like, all right, that's enough killing. I've done enough. You can fulfill that vow when you think you've hit a point where you're done with it.
At a certain point, maybe I discover weakness, like you just feed a bit of chocolate to it or whatever. I was not on board with these things when I saw the mouth, but it did not make me want to genocide them all. Then when I saw the hands, I knew that this is a creature of the Shadowlands. This is a monstrosity.
I want to look at Signe. I want to be like, first time, huh?
Yes, and by the way, Durgan, what is an elephant?
Oh, Sigma's in for a treat.
Signe. So imagine an absolute. Imagine if men, instead of walking on 2 legs, walked on 4 hooves. Large, pachydermed hooves. It's a big winged creature with large branching tusks and several eyes and these wild arms sprouting from. It's as he goes on to tell you that like Durgan was not there when his father was killed by the Iron Tusk. He doesn't know what an elephant looks like at all. He just knows it's a crazy monster from the wild dark of these forests and the crazy old world.
That is disgusting. Durgan, if you will team with me, I will kill every elephant that we see. If you help me to kill every person-handy dog-mouth horse we find.
I swear the Iron Vow.
Hey, I think let's go. Okay, so we clasp it
Immediately, if you're gonna help me kill the Iron
Swearing an
Tusk.
iron vow to kill the horse monsters, and he's gonna kill the elephant things.
Yeah, bro.
Jesus
We
Christ.
will.
Sure.
The fallout from this is when we advance to the next era in Dice Age, these things will not exist because they were killed to completion.
You say that now, and then there are these cultures based completely around killing dogs and horses and like hunting in my Emmets. This has ripple effects forever, Jane.
We, our gift to our children and grandchildren will be they don't have to fucking look at this thing. And I point to the dog mouth door.
What you've done in 10 seasons, there will be a war, a galactic civil war between humans and elephant alienlings because you fucking scored.
Speaking of which, Caer, why do you bring your son into such dangerous territory? We are.
Caer's just like in the corner coughing up blood. Just like
Yes. Caer, get it together. We're all bleeding here as I point to the little ooze on my head.
Your brother is like bawling and like trying his best to like patch up your cover your shoulder up. Would you like to heal while you're listening to Signe go on about murdering every?
How do I do that?
There is a move called heal. When you treat an injury or ailment, roll plus wits. Lucky you. Or somebody else can do it for you. If you are mending your own wounds, roll plus wits or plus iron, whichever is lower. So you can have somebody else heal your wounds if you want.
Nah.
Okay. So wits or iron, whichever is lower.
Wits is lower.
Okay.
Mixed success.
Okay. On a weak hit, your care is helpful. If you or the ally under your care have the wounded condition, you may clear it, then take or give up to +2 health. Because it's a weak hit, you must also suffer -1 supply or -1 momentum, your choice.
I think -1 supply. I think it's too easy to gain back momentum. I think -1 supply is more fun.
So take +2 health, and then your whatever your minus is, and then that's what you get.
Signe, he's not my son, he's my brother. Do you think I'm old enough to have a 13-year-old child?
What? How old are you?
I'm like 19.
Oh, that's too young to have a kid.
That's far too young. I would have been 6 years old.
Yes, and that's a good 4 years away from initial child rearing time.
Oh, good the gods.
I'm kidding. Even us, we have specific ages in our lands. It's important to demonstrate consent at minimum age 18. We are murderers, not savages. I am glad you did not have baby at 6. Why is he here then?
Going home is not a good idea right now. I'm the only one who can protect him.
Ah.
Oh, for him or for you?
What do you mean?
He's like, going home is a bad idea right now. For him or for you?
Yes.
That answers my question.
May I speak to your little boy, then?
I mean, that's up to him, but sure.
Little Erik, are you here? Who's playing little Erik?
Yeah, I don't know. Is Bishop playing it?
No, I'll let you do it. I don't want to do it anymore. I'll let you do it. He's your companion.
Oh god, I can never have a conversation with him then. Yeah?
Little Erik, you are doing such a good job at being big man and taking care of your little sister. Big sister. She is your older sister.
Yeah.
When I was young, as you are, little Erik, when I was little Signe, my mother once have so much moonshine that we would brew in ship toilet that when we get to shore, she takes axe out to go get lumber and in drunken rage trips over rock and hits head and begins to bleed out in forest like a strong mama bear. I know what it is like to take care of that mama bear that you love. And I see the way that you are caring for your bleeding sister. And I know, just like my mama, that your big, strong sister will go on with your help to kill 100 horses, to face 1,000 battles. And you are doing a very good job to be support, little Erik.
I don't know what's happening.
I'm giving you a very inspiring, motivational speech.
Okay.
Do you feel scared, little Erik?
You kind of implied that my sister was gonna bleed out like a mama bear, but then you implied that she was gonna murder some horses, and now I'm just very confused.
No, but what I say, little Erik, is that when she bleed out, you be there next to her, running from your ship with bandages to take care of her. In way that she take care of you, you be by her side and take care of your big sister. And it is okay to be scared shitless. You probably should be. Very dangerous where you are. But know that courage is pretending that you have it. There is no difference between being really courageous and just fucking pretending that you are. And you're doing a very good job of pretending that you are. To be strong for your sister. I am proud of you, little Erik.
Okay,
Cleo's
Morak
probably
looks
just, like,
pissed. Do not tell him to go into danger for me. God damn it!
You let him come.
If I could go back and do it again, I would have sprang in front of Cole Tusk in front of my father to save him. I think you, Erik, should do the same if you are given the opportunity.
Cleo, like, hearing this is probably just, like, nodding.
Indeed, don't be like the cowardly Durgan who lets his father die. You must be there to sacrifice yourself for your sister, is what he says, right?
No, don't do that, Eric. Don't you dare.
Be like the cowardly Durgan and take care of yourself, Erik. What lesson are we trying to impart?
A bad
don't
one,
know.
apparently.
So it would seem.
What happened to that big DILF energy?
They said I had it. I didn't say I had
This is
big
why we
energy.
invented the new
At,
ways.
at first glance, and then he opens his mouth, and you're just like, oh god.
So
I
not
have an
DILF,
active
so
head wound.
murderous himbo. Got it.
Himbo.
Oh, he's a D&D character. Okay.
No, I said himbo, not hobo. He's a murder himbo.
Murder himbo. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Shall we press forth, fam?
Yes. Please. Let's roll.
Now,
Is
now
Caer,
that-
like, not bleeding anymore? Are we cool?
I'm back at full.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now that I've inspired us after our leader led us into a horse trap, let us continue onwards.
Alright, because I definitely expected a horse with hands and a dog mouth to come after it. It's definitely something I knew existed.
Would somebody like to lead the party to undertake a journey?
I don't think I want to do that this time, though.
Care's like, fuck this. Nuh-uh.
It requires wits, right?
Yeah.
Cleo? I know I don't have any.
I believe Cleo has an asset because of the horse.
Yes, I should. I get a +1.
Yeah.
Swift. So when I face danger or when I undertake a journey, add 1.
Yes. Okay.
Under Swift, yeah.
So if you lead the way, you get a +1 on your undertake a journey, plus your wit.
Okay. I can do that. I'm definitely going to offer, like, Caer a ride on horse as they are finishing healing up here. Yeah.
I think she like nods in appreciation and immediately is like, Eric, get on the horse.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's like, no, Eric's fine. Garrett's like, Eric, get on the horse.
Okay, so wow, holy shit. So for D10s, we have a 2 and a 3.
Okay.
But I rolled a 1, but plus my wits is 2 and +1 is 4.
So on a strong hit, you reach a waypoint. If it's unknown to you, envision it. Ask the oracle if unsure, then choose one. So we're gonna mark 3 progress. 1, 2, 3. You are at 6 out of 10. If you want to sacrifice 1 supply, you can add 1 momentum. If everybody gives up a supply, everybody gets 1 momentum. I will say that it's probably like mid-afternoon, so I think you have time for another undertake journey. But after that, you're gonna want to start setting up camp. I think at some point you have made good progress down this path.
They were gonna say we got lost and we ended up back at home.
No, not that village. I think you come out through a clearing and you find like a larger village than the one you were at before, and I think it's obvious to you that this is the village that the young people had left. You see a large like gunmetal gray, like 2 stories tall, like iron obelisk in the middle of this village. And you can see like larger houses in the place you left. They're nicer. There's like is the word palisade I'm looking for that goes around the outside of the village? Is that the defensive structure? It looks like maybe somebody's dug like a trench as well around that, so the palisade looks extra tall. And you see almost equal in height to the obelisk, you see what is apparently an iron church.
Oh.
And the sun is starting to set.
Hoods go up. I start clinging very closely to Eric.
Should we go in or just keep passing by?
I don't know if I would want to be out here with more those horse hands.
Yeah, that is very true. I want to be in top fighting shape in case we come up to those again.
So should we camp here for the night or at least try and find shelter?
we can go to check on, see if the church will let us in.
I would prefer not to stay in the church tonight. Perhaps we could find an inn of some kind, if you all are very set on sleeping underneath a roof.
That is fair enough. Durgan, you seem like a man who knows your way around an inn. Perhaps you can swagger in there and get in there and be like, "Hey, I'm Durgan, adventurer.
Well, you're talking to the right person. I actually am an expert at this kind of stuff from living my life in the Outlands. And I'm going to head into town and try and procure us some board.
I'll head in as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay. What are we looking for?
I'm looking for I'm just kind of trying to get the lay of the land, look to see what the vibe of the place is, and just try and be like, is there anywhere that people would like welcome travelers from the road? Or does this seem like...
Sure.
Oh, cool.
Sure. I think this is a nice village. Everybody's like healthy. Everybody's clean. It's well organized. It's the obelisk that we talked about is centrally located, so they built up around this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have an inn in the way that like D&D has a tavern, but there is like a longhouse for like, it's basically like a hostel for travelers. So you can walk in the entrance. There's a big gate. The church is located the opposite side of the circle from the gate. So you have to go around the obelisk to get to the church, and then the houses come around in a couple rows around in a circle.
Yeah, I'm gonna get me and my friends into the longhouse. Get us ready for some Betty buys.
Okay. Sounds to me like you would like to roll sojourn.
I would love
when
to
you spend
sojourn.
time in a community seeking assistance, roll plus heart. If you share bond, add +1. You do not. On a strong hit, you and your allies may each choose 2 from within the categories below. On a weak hit, choose 1. On a hit, you and your allies may each focus on one of your chosen recover actions and roll plus heart again. If you share a bond, add 1. So it sounds to me like you want to sojourn in this town.
Love to sojourn. I have a heart of 2, no bonds. I'm gonna roll it up.
Okie dokie.
It's a 4 and a 4 on those D10s right there.
Yeah.
Let's
Better roll higher.
Let's see what we can do here. With a 5 on the die, I'd say I can.
So you get to choose 2, and also you can provide aid. Take a quest, envision what this community needs or what trouble it is facing. If you chose to help, swear an iron vow and add +1.
Does it seem like they're struggling with anything?
You can go look. You can go find, like, you can envision what this place might need and swear another iron vow.
Or is what's happening to them also part of this mine/thing that killed our buddy?
You could make it if you want to use one of your 2 options to be that. So for example, you could take from the recover option. This is in the relationships move handout.
Sure.
Under that recover category, there's provision for 2 supply and plan for 2 momentum, which to me, because you don't have any debilities and nobody's like wounded, those sound like the ones you want.
I would also agree.
Or you can give up one of those to take this, take a quest action instead, or not action, but roll this into that and swear another iron vow to this community.
For right now, I think I'm just gonna get the provisions. I think I'm just gonna get the momentum, so that way we can be really fresh and ready to go, and we have to do our main thing.
Okay.
So then I'm gonna get into the longhouse. I'm gonna like get us all set up with some furs, get a fire going, kind of chill out for the day.
Okay. So you stay the night in this longhouse. You stable your horse at the stable. Everybody gets resupplied. You take 2 momentum. So I think everybody's got full supply now with that +2.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're...
And +2 momentum?
Yep, +2 supply, +2 momentum. And then I think you're ready to head out to the next day. Right?
I think so.
Okay, undertake a journey. You got to hit... you got 4 more progress bars to fill. if you think 6 is enough, you can roll to reach your destination right now. Or you can, or if you want to get up to 9 progress, and then roll your reach a destination, I think that would probably be wiser.
What would we have to roll for it for right now? What do we have to beat?
You have to roll 2d10, and they both have to be less than 6. Or one of them has to be less than 6.
What? Isn't it both of them added up need to be less than 6?
Nope. They're separate. You have 2d10s, and if one of them is less than 6, you get a weak hit. If they're both less than 6, you get a strong hit.
Oh, I misread that. Yeah, I finally will go. We have been traveling for what seems like years at this point. I will lead us there, lickety split. We will be there immediately. Let us go into forest.
Okay.
It's while we were in that town. Caer was so nervous.
I think maybe if you return, something will happen. I don't think it's worth it this time to like. I think you're just staying the night and leaving. There's not really an opportunity like to have anything happen. Woo! So I think as nervous as you are, as nervous as Erik is, it's nothing happens. You just stress out for no reason.
Hell yeah.
May I roll to get us there right now, finishing this quest?
If you want to roll reach your destination, you may. Unless
I've
the
rolled
party members say otherwise.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Do it.
Go for it.
Oh, allow me to teach you how the real navigators, the masters of the sea, would find a cave on land. As I roll. 2 and... Oh, 1, baby!
Oh, shit!
So, you head into the woods, and it's probably like a half an hour or an hour, and like, Signe's like, it's right here. On a strong hit, the situation at your destination favors you. Choose one. You may make another move now and add +1, or you may take +1 momentum. You find this like gaping maw of a cave, right? This cave entrance. It's like the entrance. If the opening is like at a 45 degree into a hillside, there's like stone all around it. It's just like this. It's just black in there, and you can hear the sound of the cold air rushing out at you.
Well, gang, we have made it finally to our place of destination. I'm very proud of what we have done so far, and if this is where I die, I want to say, you are my best friends that did not die in a shipwreck.
Are we still on the them side of the us-them list?
Yes, of course, unless you want to, join me on the seas.
I think I'm good, but thank you.
Well,
not
I'll keep it in mind.
To my best and only friends. I think that this is going to favor us quite strongly, as I am going to crack my knuckles and go, what should our approach be? You who know this land so well, what would we be likely to find in caves like this?
Do you want to make another move now and add +1, or do you want to take +1 momentum?
Let's make the move. Let's
Okay.
push the plot forward, guys.
Go.
Okay. So what are you doing right now?
Yo, I'm gonna look at it, and you've been helping us out so much. I'm gonna figure this out. So adventure moves. I'm gonna gather information as I'm going to like look around for tracks and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like look at the little inside of the cave, listen to the ground, and so wits. I am a.
It's also +1, so it's
Huh?
it's at least +2. You're at least you're at least 1 wits and 1 from your move.
As our resident brain genius, I shall do this.
Also,
Yeah.
when we're done with this part, we need to mark progress on the main quest because you hit a milestone. Sorry. Do your investigation.
Yeah. Okay. 1, 3. Okay. Come on, cash money. 6. Boom. Brr.
Can't be stopped.
I take a strong hit. I discover something helpful and specific. The path we must make to make progress is clear. I envision what I learn. I learn details and things. Oracle, what am I envisioning?
I think you see a number of tracks going in and out from the cave. You see that there are fresh tracks going in. You see that there are 3 sets of tracks. And I think that's what you find. You find 3 sets of tracks that seem fairly recent heading in. As in they are made in wet mud as opposed to the old prints, which are dried going away. I guess.
They got 4 fingers?
Yes, they do. These prints match what you found in the original village you were at. Negging.
So, masters of this land, what creature has 4 fingers?
Elephants.
That I don't think that's correct.
I don't know about that.
I don't. I cannot say that I've ever seen an elephant in person, so maybe they have fingers I don't know about, but I don't think. As far as I know, no creatures. No normal ones, anyway.
So
I know of
Nothing
one
I've
creature
never
that
met before.
I know of one creature that has 4 fingers. It is terrifying. Its breath is like a smog of onion and garlic and disgusting fetid milk.
Was this like a person on your ship or something?
He's my uncle, actually. He's my uncle. And so, if he is the one responsible, I want to assure you that if he is not just here, he will join the them side of this list, and I will be okay to take his life.
That, I think, is the kindest thing you've ever said.
Absolutely, and way before you guys. You guys are bottom of the list, so I have until then to win you over.
I do want to say, because you got here, you're going to mark progress on your main vow that you swore in the village, which this is a dangerous, correct? So we're going to mark 2 progress.
So, who wants to lead us in so we may murder my uncles?
I will lead us in.
Right, you're familiar with hills. Surely you've been in caves underneath them.
I've hunted game in multiple different terrain.
Should we try diplomacy, or should we just try to fucking kill them immediately?
I think we should go in and get our bearings, see what they're about before we decide either of those options.
So, quietly we go. Should we leave your brother and horse outside the cave?
Probably, right? We don't want to bring one in the cave. Well, could we just smoke this thing out?
Well, we don't know how far deep the cave goes. There's some air coming from it, so one would think pretty far. So I'm not sure smoking out would work.
Erik is more than welcome to take Stan if anything bad happens.
And I think that, Erik, you stay here, watch the horse. If something bad goes down, you ride that horse out of here. And then get help.
Master of hunting game, shall you lead us in?
I begin to head into the cave.
Is anybody lighting a torch?
I am.
Okay. And you're just walking in the cave?
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Okay. I want you to roll to face danger.
What am I adding?
Please. Let's see. You are attempting something risky.
A 1 and a 3 on the 2d10.
You're probably using... Ooh, not speed, agility, or precision. Not charm, loyalty. Maybe courage. Do you think this is an aggressive action? Or... expertise, insight, and observation. What do you think? Courage, expertise, insight, observation, or is this an aggressive action?
We're trying to be stealthy, aren't we?
I'm going to use courage.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's Durgan's way. 9.
So using courage precludes being stealthy. in this situation.
Fuck it. Okay.
Okay.
I got a 1 and a 3 on the D10. So,
Okay.
is it worth me staying stealth-wise and just seeing? I only got a 1. Like, I'm gonna use
yeah.
courage.
What's your plus shadow?
1.
So you're gonna, if you rolled a 1 on your d10s, you're at least gonna get a weak hit.
Let's go with shadow then. Let's stealth up. But I didn't need it because I got a 4, so 5.
Okay.
Boom!
So you got a strong hit.
Boom, strong hit.
You are successful. Take +1 momentum. And I think that applies as a group. I think everybody. No, they're just following you. You're the one that's leading the way. You get the +1 momentum.
Fuck yeah.
I think you're going down this cave, and it goes at like a gentle slope. And I think you get probably like, I don't know, 10, 15 feet in, and you can see that the walls are glistening with like dew dampness. You can hear like dripping water deeper in the cave. The air is cold, and there's like a smell to it that's just like, it's kind of a sickly sweet, like rotting meat smell, but also you smell the distinct scent of, have you ever smelled like iron? Have you smelled like actual like cast iron?
Yeah.
Like it's very strong. It's a very strong iron smell coming from deep within this cave. And I think because you got a strong hit, you hear something. You hear noises coming from deeper in the cave. You hear the sound of like things being banged together, like metal on metal, and you hear like a noise coming from deep in the cave.
Guys, I hear a noise coming from inside.
I think you come to a point where there's like a slight curve in the cave, and it opens up into like a large kind of circular room. It's not artificial; it's like a natural structure. Don't think that this is something that somebody made. I think there in the center of the room is like a small pool of water, and you can hear, you don't see, but you can hear the sound. Like the sound is very loud. It's like definitely like pieces of metal being clanged together, and they're like,
oh my god. Well,
I think you could probably see the glinting of something like moving about in just at the edge of your torchlight. Because you're being stealthy, they don't notice you there yet.
Well, guys.
But they probably will if you don't do something soon.
You want to go smash people's skulls against the floor?
So what are the things we're seeing? Can I just get like that description again?
You're catching glimpses of like you're not getting distinct details because they're like at the edge of the torchlight, but they're like these small shapes, small figures, probably maybe a little smaller than Caer's brother. They've got large heads, gaunt limbs, and they're like swinging like pieces of metal at each other. They're like, I think you see one of them has like a pot on its head. It's got like a stove pot on its head with like the thing under it like a helmet. And I think they're like swinging like pieces of like one of them's got like a poker, like a fire poker, and one of them has like a small, like I guess small for you, but like large for it, like steak knife, and they're like clanging them together.
Shall we try diplomacy first? They could be valuable allies.
But would they even speak our language?
They seem to be really good at killing Ironlanders, and so in that sense, they could be an invaluable ally.
For you, I'm not. We either need to decide that we're gonna make our presence known or put the torch out. One or the other.
I mean, so to be clear, you are in torchlight. These things were in pitch black. They will notice your presence quickly if you don't make a decision. Like whether you want to make your presence known or not, it will be known shortly.
So, do we want to keep looking, or do we want to keep the torchlight on and make our presence known?
I say we go in spears hot.
Let's go.
All right, I'm going in spears
Go.
hot.
Okay.
Are you doing any preparation at all, or are you just running in?
I think Caer is going in with the intention of like having weapons at the ready, but not immediately attacking. Just making like a threatening presence, like "What the fuck," but not immediately taking a combat move.
Do you? Are you trying to
Could I
intimidate?
do secure an advantage?
I'm kind of asking. I'm kind of fishing for that.
Yeah.
Um.
So could Caer do secure an advantage? Like if that's what like you were getting at?
Yeah, that kind of is what I was getting at.
Go get that advantage, sis. Go get the bag.
So are you securing advantage with aggressive action, forceful defense? I suppose. You're making a rapid move in to like scare these things, and like put pressure on before the combat actually starts. You want to scare the shit out of them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what it sounds like. You're moving in, shield up, spear out, and you're like you want to
Yeah, I
be
was
on them
wondering
before
if
they know
it-
you're there.
I was wondering if courage was going to be more the thing, but like the aggressive action and forceful defense really make it seem like it's that.
Okay.
So plus iron,
So yeah, plus iron, please.
which is fine. It's not as good as heart, but it's still good. Fuck you. So this one's a 10. So that's not anything, but it's a mixed success.
Okay.
Weak hit.
On a weak hit, your advantage is short-lived. Take +1 momentum.
Okay.
I think you're on them. I don't think you get to make the move yet. Is anybody else making a move before something happens?
Well, I just want to get my shield up and I want to get my spear up. I want to be ready to stab.
Okay, so you're just preparing.
Yep.
Yeah, Cleo's got spear out also.
I'm going to secure an advantage, if I may.
Would you say that what Durgan is doing is enter the fray? Like rolling in weapons hot? What Durgan is doing.
I guess so. Yeah. That sounds. Yeah. If you want to enter the fray, I think that would be the last thing. If somebody else is trying to secure advantages, I think Durgan entering the fray is the last thing that should happen.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna secure an advantage. Fuck. 8 and 2. All right. Command. It's actually a pass. It's actually a success. I'm gonna do with aggressive or I think I'll call this like strength. I'm tying a big rock I found in the cave to the end of my ponytail to kind of create like a little like whip type thing in case I need to defend behind myself. I'm thinking this is very ingenious.
Okay.
And so that's a strong hit, and so I'm going to take +2 momentum on that as I tie this to the edge, and as it's like hitting directly on my spine where it's at right now, and I'm going, yes.
Okay. Is Cleo doing anything, or is Cleo just moving in alongside Durgan and Caer and?
Yeah, Cleo's just moving in alongside.
Okay, so we're gonna roll enter the fray. Who's the first to engage? Because I don't think these things know you're here yet. I think they, probably you moved in quick enough that they didn't have time to react.
Gotta be me, right?
I think it's Signe or Durgan, one of the two. They seem to be the most, not guns, but guns blazing.
Okay, Durgan, you were. Do you want to start it off?
Sure, I'll start off. I'm gonna head in there. I'm gonna start to see if I can't kill one.
So first things first is, when you get close, you see that these are like big heads, big. They're all teeth. Like it's all teeth up front.
So am I.
And you see like underneath, they've got 2 little hook teeth that come out, little tusks.
So am I.
They have like
tusks, Durgan.
They have like big, long, pointy ears. They have these little tiny black beady eyes. Their heads are just really way too wide. Their jaws are like big beefy jaws. They're gaunt. They have like long, like out of proportion arms with the end in 4-fingered hands. One of these guys has like a cooking pot on his head, like the handle of the pot goes under his chin. They all have like pointy utensils of some kind. Their legs look like they're too short for their body, and they got these little pot bellies and like little like loinclothy looking things. And they're like,
Yeah, I'm gonna see the
like
tusks
an
and I'm gonna rage.
more fucked up Count Orlok from Nosferatu.
I mean, if you squished him way down, stretched his arms out, turned him like
Yeah, I said like an
edge,
even more fucked up
Yeah, sure,
Count Orlok
sure.
from Nosferatu.
Sure, big old nose, big old pointy noses.
Like the ears and the teeth just. Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna when you enter into combat, set the rank of each of your foes. I think individually they're all troublesome, but there's 3 of them. So I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3 troublesome. So that's gonna be 3 progress per harm, and they're gonna do 1 harm each every time they attack. Roll to determine who is in control. If you are facing off against your foe, roll plus heart. Moving into position against an unaware foe or striking without warning plus shadow. Or if you are ambushed, roll plus wits. I should have had that happen. Whatever. So I think you're moving into position, striking without warning. So I think you're going to roll plus shadow. Please.
So I got it was a 1 and a 7. And I got a 5 plus 1, which is a 6. I'm gonna use my momentum to cancel out the 7.
Okay. So reset your momentum to 2.
Yep.
On a strong hit, you take 2 momentum. You have initiative. So that means you're at 3 momentum, or I'm sorry, 4 momentum, and it's your turn to go.
All right, I'm going to use my assets. I'm going to use my spearman to face danger. I'm going to use an iron roll to hit him with the spear. So I can see if I can't clash. So let me roll that up. 1 coming out and 6 coming out. On the d6, that's going to be a 6 on the die, so that's going to be 9. So I'm going to get a uber success, a strong success. I'm going to make a strong hit. And then I can make a clash maneuver, right?
You would use strike because you have initiative.
I would use strike.
Yes.
So I roll another
So
thing, or is that what I just... Yeah.
You're in close quarters, right?
Yep.
You faced danger. Hold on, I'm going to change your sheet back real quick. You wield a spear. When you faced danger by holding your foe at bay with your spear's reach. You rolled plus iron. Because you got a hit, you now roll strike with a +1 on top of whatever your iron is for the strike move.
Hi. Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So you gain yourself an extra +1.
So it's a +4 instead of a +3. So I have +3 for... So I would originally have +3 for iron, but because I have a +1, I have
yes,
+4.
and now it's another +1 on top of that. It's +4, yes.
Awesome. Excellent. So I'm going to roll to strike him now. I'm going to use these D10. I'm going to see if I can't strike.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 6. It's going to be a 7. That's going to be another 6 on the die, +4, so 10.
Hey.
These purple dice that Jack gave me are fucking hot. Cool.
So I'm gonna say you're attacking creature number 1, the one with the pot on his head. You've got Pothead there. We've got Pothead, Poker Boy, and Knife Guy.
I want to hit a Pothead. I want to put my spear right through his fucking heart.
What are we, cops? Jesus Christ.
Thank you for listening to Dice Age Ironsworn. If you like what you heard here, please consider following and rating the show on your podcast app of choice. You can follow the show on Twitter at Dice Age Podcast, all one word, and give us feedback there as well. The intro and outro music was produced by Miles Blackwood, who you can find at blackwood.io. That's BLACKWOOD.